you guys scouted out the orphanage that you had been directed to by the lycanthropes, who met up with Aeroth, back in one of the fancier taverns up in the Sea Ward. And these lycanthropes woke up in this basement. This is what they described to you, having their clothes next to them, and they were able to leave this place, but they didn't know much about this place, and it was always empty when they left. Um, your investigation has brought you into the depths of this basement, fighting off several different masked and robed individuals who assaulted you with different types of weapons and or magic, as well as fighting what was clearly some sort of devilish creature. Um, you've successfully navigated the combat encounters. At this point, you're out of turn order, so you're free to explore and do as you wish. I will open the floor to the group, and you can take it away.
So, um, real quick, I'm looking at the map, and it sort of looks like there could be coins here. Should I interpret everything I see in the map for what it is, or just as just think of this as a table, just prop?
No, yeah, you can interpret it as what it looks to be. Like you can check out those tables.
Okay. I just want to make sure before we get
Yeah.
going.
Um, so the previous table was actually it's food on the other one in the other room, but the room that you're in now, Alistair, or Alistair's, that table is covered with bronze coins and cards. You
Okay.
would take a guess at maybe anywhere between like 100 and 200 bronze coins,
Okay.
copper coins, excuse me.
Well, I guess Alistair would just quickly walk in and then look up the stairs, make sure no one's coming down.
That stairwell is empty, and I will reveal that for you.
All right. Well, Alistair would just turn to the boys and say, "Well, that was a bit of a scuffle. I'm sure we're not alone here still."
Yeah. I'm gonna take a knee.
All right. Everyone else feeling rested?
I feel alright. Does anyone need some healing?
Well, he's saying he wanted to take a short rest.
Yeah, I could use some healing.
I have 2 healing potions on me too.
Well, if
How
Victor's
much
take,
does healing
He's
potion
getting low
like?
on spell slots.
How much does healing potion heal?
It's a roll.
2d4 plus 2.
but
And those are like the most typical minor healing potions.
the other thing to keep in mind was Victor was saying he wanted to take a short rest, and he just rolled for it. So you can also do a short rest to heal, and that's free.
I'm down for a short rest.
I like short rest.
Yeah.
I'll get me all my spell slots and shit back too.
We
And
are going to chill here.
if you guys want, those of you who want to short rest can short rest while the others sort of like poke around the dungeon and explore.
I feel like someone should talk to the prisoners.
They're like what's it called?
They're out cold, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they were unconscious, and again, they were sort of in not compromising positions, but in strange positions on these folded down slabs of like plywood or wood, basically, that are chained up to the wall. And on these slabs, they lay with their arms hanging down off of them into a bucket, and they were bleeding into these buckets through from their arms.
Should we maybe stop the bleeding?
No. I mean,
I thought we were like their friends.
well, this is normal. This is what happens every time. Well, I mean, we should talk about it in character. That's, so I guess Zusinu brings up the bleeding, and then Alistair would just go, well, remember, when we first heard about them, they wake up here every time in the same way. So this probably happens every time. He's like, think about it.
Yes.
What do they need the blood for?
Well, I mean,
They always
what if
they obviously need it for something.
what if it doesn't happen every time? What if this is like the last time they were going to be abducted, and now they're draining them dry?
Oh, I suppose we could do a medicine check on them.
I don't
Yes.
think it'll hurt to at least stop the bleeding. But again, I don't know anything about lycanthropes.
But you guys rest up. We'll go see how they're doing.
It might be dangerous to interfere.
But I mean, you could at least look through the bars and like, see if you think
Yeah.
they're dying or not.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll go over there and check if they're dying or not.
Okay, and who is taking a short rest besides Victor?
I'll take a short rest too, Volknar.
Cool.
Do we have enough people up and exploring things?
What do you mean?
I was gonna take a short rest too and get my spell slot back.
Do it. You get spell slots back for a short rest?
Yeah, Warlock gets all of its spell slots back every short rest.
Damn, that's pretty
that's
cool.
that's wild.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna short rest every opportunity I can.
They only have 2 spell slots though, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
why I
it's not
gotta.
that crazy.
I get some back too. Just not all of them.
Okay, I rolled a 19 on my medicine check.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so you can tell that. So looking through this cage, you know first and foremost that this is one of the 2 half elves. This would either be Loravor, who was basically speaking for the group and who you met in the City of the Dead, or this would be the other half elf, the woman Genlai. And you're unsure which one, but you know that they were the 2 in particular that take wolf form when they transform. Their arm is dangling over the blood. It's not like pouring into the bucket, it's like dripping into the bucket, and based on how much blood there is in the bucket, you do not believe that they are in danger of bleeding out and or dying from loss of blood. They, so far as you can tell, and because they're in lycanthrope form, you don't think they're in danger of like dying from this.
Okay. It seems that they'll be all right.
And a quick glance inside the other holding cells shows the exact same thing.
And
Is
then
there a key to these holding cells?
Not that you can see anywhere, but you don't know if they're locked, and you don't know if maybe one of the bodies of like the cultists have the key.
Alistair sees you like looking around for a keyhole, and then he kind of knocks on the bars, and he's like, "I kind of prefer them behind these for the time being."
Actually, we're going to have to let them out of there.
Eventually, but right now, and he's like points at him in that form. I prefer them behind these.
I agree, but I just want to know where the key is.
Yeah, we'll
So
get
they're
there.
not locked in here.
He's like, I'm sure that there's a stash somewhere. Probably not close. Probably upstairs, wherever all the other nice stuff things are, and probably some other friends. And he smiles.
Friends, yes, friends.
It's like, well, I guess we better have a look while these guys are resting.
Yeah, how about we check the bodies?
I wanna look around this room. If we haven't looked around this room already. What
Yeah,
bodies are you
go.
talking about? The ones with people we killed?
Yeah, I want to see if I can find a key.
Okay, so can I get an investigation check from Aerith, and then can I get a perception or an investigation check from Alistair, depending on the specifics of what you want to do?
I get an 11.
Okay. No key in particular, actually, which is a little strange. But you do find amongst the bodies, you find several of the different weapons that they had on them. Strangely enough, you don't find any gold, silver, or copper.
Okay.
You don't find any sort of identifying objects on these individuals. It appears that they were not holding anything in particular on themselves besides the things that they needed to have in this area. Alistair, what did you get? You
I got a
got
7.
okay. Um, it looks just like a place where they would come hang out, have some snacks, maybe do some work of some sort. You're not sure. There's empty vials as well as not embalming or medical tools, but something along those lines they probably used on the lycanthropes. Otherwise, this area is kind of void of like whatever it might have been used for when it was actually a functioning orphanage.
All right. Let's head back then.
Yo, grab the squad some snacks.
The what?
You said they were like snacking over there. Like, bring us back some goodies.
No. Downstairs don't mess with snacks. He's gonna
Uh,
lean on this wall until they're done resting.
we don't want to check upstairs yet.
No, not until the boys are ready.
How much game time is a short rest? A half hour?
1 hour technically.
Okay.
And I guess Alistair pulls out his set of dice and is like, anybody want to have a round?
I'll play dice.
What shall we bet on?
Um, what shall we bet on? I have on me. Let's see, how much coinage do I have? Where do I even see that? Oh, I see. How about 3 gold? I don't want to go particularly high stakes.
3's kind of high, but sure, why not?
I don't think 3 is that high.
Anyway, these are trick dice.
Are you gonna screw me over?
It's the only dice I have.
Getting ready to remove 3 gold.
Is everybody in that room together? Like Volknar and Zusanu, are you also in that room?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna move you guys in there. Can I get a?
Hang on my tentacle and slinky.
I'm pretty
Can
sure I
I?
have these. Where do I see this? I'm pretty sure I have like trick dice or something.
I think I have like a chess set or something if you guys want to play that.
Could have sworn I did have this. Oh, right here. A set of weighted dice, other possessions. Okay. Well, what does that do? Never done anything like this.
I don't actually know. I mean, they're yours. You know what I mean. So I'm gonna lean on you to describe and resolve it. I think.
I guess I don't know. You want to just roll a d20, and we'll say that I have advantage or something.
Yeah.
How's
Sounds
that
fair.
sound? Aerith, does that work for you?
Yeah, I guess I can just roll a d20.
Okay. Well, I'm not even gonna bother with my second roll.
And I rolled a 2, so
Take his coin.
Goodbye, 3 gold piece.
Alistair shrugs, and then looks at the dice and thinks to himself, "These are some great dice."
And as you guys are sitting there resting, relaxing, rolling, passing the time, you do hear a voice down the chamber saying, "Hello? Is are is it clear? Is it safe here?" And cut to Harold. Harold, you've been outside watching the back of the group. You notice a rather portly individual, nobleman by the looks of it, um, glancing about, watching the area. It looks like he's almost talking into something, in his hands, and you can't tell what. And as he does this, he then releases, and you see what appears to be some sort of small bird that flies away. And then he runs across the street, goes behind the orphanage, and begins to descend through the storm doors that you had sort of been watching in the back alley. He didn't notice you as he did this, but you watch him open the storm doors and descend down the stairs. You know that your friends had gone into some sort of subterranean area below the orphanage yourself, and so you go to follow. And you are, I will open this area up for you.
Right on.
So are you going to follow him or?
Yeah, Harry would definitely be following. First off, he would mage armor up.
Okay.
How long does that last? An hour? 8 hours. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so Harry would catch mage armor, and then he would try to sneakily follow this guy.
Okay. And I will go ahead and roll a stealth check just for that, and I'll just like reveal a bunch more of this for you.
Yeah, 9.
Okay.
Not very stealthy.
Yeah, you're sneaking along well enough. It is rather dark through here, and you very quickly begin having a lot of trouble seeing, which actually sort of goes into the 9 that you rolled there. You don't have dark vision, right?
No.
Yeah, so you would need dark vision to make it any further than about here, I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
Or you would need some sort of source of light.
Yeah, no, I would just if I guess I lost him, right, by this point. So I would just
Yeah.
I'll just keep going.
Okay.
Try to catch up.
Can you just give me a perception check to sort of fumble your way through the dark?
You don't have a way to generate light?
I don't think so, if I'm being honest. 8.
Okay.
Do you know like produce flame cantrip or anything?
Nope.
It takes you a while, but you sort of feel your way along some walls until you eventually see what you think is a sliver of light. And you make your way through what is a doorway, and by doing so, step into a lit area that is here. Those of you who hear the voice, you can begin to hear the footsteps coming down the hall, and you can hear the words, "My God, what are these creatures? What are they being put to? I realized there was something dastardly here, but not this." And you can, it's sort of this, it's a very proper voice, and you can hear that the um, shock and horror is real. It's not feigned. It's not fake. Like, he is upset at what he has found. Are any of you doing anything as you can hear this while you're playing your dice game?
Head back in the tunnel and see who the hell it is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. And you can see this man, this rather portly individual, standing over, standing right outside one of the lycanthrope holding cells, looking at them in shock and horror. And he turns to you as you turn the corner, Aerith in particular. This dark, shorter, shrouded Aarakocra with, frankly, a sort of, you know, you're gothic in nature, you're darker looking, you are robed, and he
Yeah.
pulls out his rapier and he goes, "Oh dear God, what have you done to these creatures?"
Stop, stop. I've done nothing to these creatures. It
Alistair
was.
swings in front and then pulls out his rapier as well. And then says, "We're here to save them."
I don't know about this. And he like takes a step back. He's light and quick on his feet. You can tell that there's a grace, even though there's a bulk there. And he says, "You, Aarakocra, how were you to save them?"
We are going to wait till the sun comes up and to release them from their cages. They are were creatures.
Just like they're released here every full moon. I've seen them. Is it you who's been bleeding them like this?
No, it was and the bearded devil should be right here, right? Like it's
Yeah, it's like
body.
right around the corner. He's probably not seen it yet. It's like dead right here.
Okay. There were cultists down here who were bleeding them dry, and we came here to free them.
Yes, Alistair like motions over his shoulders, like he's like, "Yes, foul beasts." He's like, "Come see for yourself," and kind of backs up.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, I don't know if I'm stepping any further. I'm not sure I believe the lot of you. Oh dear. And he begins to back away, and it looks like he's like going to run out of here.
Alistair sheaths his rapier, and he's like, "Well, should we chase him?"
Want to talk with him? I don't know what.
If you want, you can try to make a persuasion check to get him to stay, Aerith.
Yeah, I try and like get him to see that we're not dastardly devils.
Yeah,
We're
tell him
not,
you're friendly.
we're not fiendish villains.
We're
14.
friendly villains.
Okay, that's actually not terrible. I'm just gonna roll against that really quickly. Okay, so he sort of does stop in his tracks, and he goes, I guess you may have attacked me by now. And you can see that he's still afraid, and he's still potentially going to run. He's not going to sheath his rapier, but he's looking at them, and he's like, how do you know them? How did you know to come here?
Well, I've made acquaintance with a lot of them. They want me to cure their lycanthropy. But they told me that they awake here every full moon. So I came to see what was up. And we found this ghastly sight as he like motions over to all the lycanthropes
Sure.
locked in the cages.
And he looks at you. Yes. I mean, all of this is true, and I guess it's possible. Tell me this. Tell me the names of any of the lycanthropes.
Lorville, right?
Yeah, Lorvor is like the werewolf. And he goes,
Lorvor.
all right, say I believe you. And Harold, your stealth check was an 8, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
You can hear this talking around the corner from you, if whatever you
Yeah,
want to do with
Harry's
that.
holding the corner, like trying to listen around it, but staying around the corner, but listening to the conversation.
He's
And
leaning, and his robe might be protruding around the corner.
this nobleman goes, and you seek to help them, do you? Why you? Why the two of you? Or I don't know, are there more of you?
There are more.
And you can see his other hand going to like a knife on his belt as you say this.
I'm a cleric and I wish to help them. There's no other reason than that.
A cleric, you say? Of
Yes.
Tyr? Or of one of the other gods?
Of the moon, of the order of the moon. We are a small group in the Aarakocra lands.
And he looks at you strangely and he goes, and say I believed you, what would I find further along in this basement?
you would find my companions, a dead bearded devil, and the dead cultist members that were holding these people, these lycanthropes, capture.
And at this, he finally sheaths his sword, takes his hand away from the dagger on his belt. He says, "Lead on. I would like very much to see this. I have been watching this area for quite some time. Anything that you can help me with, I would be appreciative of. My name is Mert," and he holds out a hand to shake your feathered arm, if you so wish.
Yeah. I extend my hand and shake his.
And he goes, "And do you tell him your name?"
I'm Aerith.
And he looks at you, Alistair, and he goes, "And you?"
Alistair slides through. He's like, I'm Alistair. Gives him his, extends his hand.
At this point, Harry joins us, says, and I'm Harry.
"Oh, dear heavens!" And you can see him like clutching his heart. He rolled a 3 on his perception check. He had no idea you were there. And
Oh,
he goes, "Oh God, wait, Alistair, Aerith, Harold," and he looks between the three of you and he goes, "You perchance don't own that new tavern, Prestige Worldwide, do you? Friends of
Prestige
Renair?"
Worldwide, exactly.
We're the
That's
same.
that's our place.
Oh goodness me, I'm so sorry. If you had just told me your name sooner, this would have been a lot easier. Oh dear, Renair told me quite a bit about you. Uh, we might have quite a bit to discuss. Is this area safe? Should we get the lycanthropes out of here? What? I would like to talk to the lot of you.
Yes, we have business further ahead. Once we're done here, I'm sure we can settle whatever business you have.
Oh,
Alistair gives him finger guns and starts walking the other way.
I think Aerith wants to ask, how did you come upon this place?
oh, and are you walking? Okay, you're walking and talking.
Yeah.
He says to you, "Well, some friends of mine and I have been attempting to suss out through a specific type of means any sort of tyrannical or evil happenings within Waterdeep. We're always on the lookout for such things. Um, Many of us are in many different places. Oh, hello to the lot of you." And he sort of like steps by those of you like leaned up against the wall and or resting, binding your wounds. Um, and Aerith, to you, he specifically says, "My friends and I, we attempt to place ourselves in locations and positions where we can hear and learn as much as possible to help ensure to foil dastardly plans before they hatch."
Oh, so you're a bunch of do-gooders.
Well, we're definitely not do-badders. And he says, "We're not like certain paladins or clerics per se. That's not exactly our forte, and nor would I want to sit in a temple all day. No offense." And he looks at you.
Plenty of that during my time.
Um, well, then the rest of you must be the Victor Volknar and Zusanu I've heard of, that Renair told me about. And he introduces himself to the three of you as well.
What have you heard about us?
Yeah, who this?
Oh, Renair said that you were potentially quite a respectable and responsible lot of adventurers, and that maybe you could help us with certain problems as we see fit around the city. You see, Renair's a friend of mine.
I guess you could call him a friend of ours as well.
I know that he's quite the benefactor of your good work, and
You did
good,
save his life one time.
exactly as Harold says. Um, and he looks around and like there's blood all over the floor. There's all these dead cultists everywhere. He's like unmasking them one by one, and he's like, "Don't recognize. Oh, I believe he's the one of the Carpenters Guild members. Don't recognize. Maybe a dock worker. Can't tell." And then he gets to the other one. The one who had cast a spell at one point, who was potentially like in charge, just based on the fact that they were wearing different robes. And he pulls off the mask and goes, "Ah, this is more like it. More like it indeed." And he looks at this guy and he goes, "This here is a nobleman. I believe that he's a cousin of a cousin of a cousin of maybe the Black Staff. I can't fully remember where I've seen him before. Nonetheless, I do know that he's a lesser nobleman and that he... Oh, I believe he's heavily indebted to somebody. It's not fully clear to me. I'll ask one of my other friends to come investigate this and at least try to find their names. But for now, you've done incredibly good work." And he just like is tossing the masks on their dead bodies, basically after taking them off, and looking at the lot of you. So, what is your plan from here?
Alistair thumbs over his shoulder. Like, we're gonna go check out what was this way.
Dear heavens, you've not even cleared the area. And you can see him like backing away rapidly, hand on his rapier once more.
Not yet. You kind of interrupted us.
Oh, I'm going to wait here if you don't mind.
Alistair looks at the boys to see the reaction.
Not a man of action, I.
Oh, I can be. I just prefer not to, especially not alone. I will take up the rear if that's acceptable.
Definitely. You can give us a fair warning if anything's coming from behind.
Excellent, excellent. And you can see that he pulls out his rapier, and he looks sturdy with it, but he is not exactly an enterprising individual, for sure. Marching order, please.
Is this
Harry
guy
will
traveling
stay
in the back?
with Mert.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Harry will hang back with him.
Noob will stand like I guess medium back.
I would let
front
the
of him,
burly
front of
boys
him.
go
One
in
of
front
the
of me.
yeah, Volknar's got the dark vision, so he should go in front, and then I'll go behind him.
I'll
Okay.
be behind those two.
Line up.
I'll
Boom,
be
boom.
I'll be smack dab in the middle.
So like this.
Cool. Okay. He will, or so I will begin to reveal as you guys walk down the hallway. Volknar, as you step into this room, it is empty. And what you find is a pretty nice looking room. Again, copper coins on the table, cards on the table. You also find what is very clearly a book open halfway through, and it is written in a red ink on the table. You do not recognize the language.
I'll pick up the book and I'll pass it down the line. See if anybody knows what's going on or what this book is.
Who knows letters?
Those of you, and again, not, unless anybody speaks Infernal, which I don't think anybody does, you do not recognize the writing.
Okay.
Well, that's a shame. Maybe we hold on to it.
Could we at least someone roll to like know what language it is? I mean, you said infernal, but I don't know if we know that.
Yeah, that's fair. You can make a roll for that if you would so like to take a look at it, Aerith.
What would that be? What sort of roll?
That would just be an intelligence check. Yeah, I think
Okay.
just an intelligence check in this case is sensible.
15.
You're able to say that it is infernal, but you can't read it.
Okay. It is infernal scratch. So they are truly devil worshippers.
Indeed. We could probably find someone to decipher it in the city somewhere.
Would Mert know anything about somebody who can decipher this book?
Oh, um, And he goes, Infernal, you say? Well, we could bring it to any number of the temples, and they may be able to refer us to the correct folks. I can put out the word through my network. The Black Staff herself, of course, could cast a spell and attempt to understand it, though I'm not sure she would prefer to read a book of infernal script.
Do you know anywhere that might sell a scroll of comprehend languages?
That's probably your best bet. There's got to be a number of different shops around the city that would provide you with such a thing, though I would be wary of reading anything written in devilish tongue.
We like to live dangerous. At prestige worldwide.
Do we?
Yeah, I don't know about that exactly.
Business just started yesterday, right?
Well, at least we'd like to have the option of being able to read it if we need it.
Perhaps.
Right.
Anyway, let's keep our
Let's
eyes on the
keep-
prize here. We still got things to
let's-
do right in the here and now, so let's do that.
Let's keep marching.
Okay. Volknar, you continue down into the next room.
As we march ahead, Harry would like small chat Mert and say, "You say you saw these guys at the Blackstaff's place?"
Not that he's seen them at the Blackstaff's place. He's just saying that. Yes. The Blackstaff is a friend of mine and Renair's. Why have you met her, Vajra?
Oh, you know Vajra?
Yes. Wonderful woman. Incredibly capable. And he goes on basically like listing all the qualities that you find, enamoring about her.
Yeah, she seems like a lovely woman. I met her a few times.
Oh, very, very, yes, incredible woman. And Volknar, as you enter this room, it is pretty similar to the last one, actually. And it is empty at this time. You suspect at one point in time recently, the playing cards were thrown down. People ran into the next rooms to join their comrades. But at this point, there's just some copper on the table, just some cards on the table. This room does seem, if anything, dustier than the others, but devoid of anything.
Can I just take all the copper off the table and put it in my pockets?
Yeah, totally. It works out to 173 copper, which is like less than 2 gold.
Is that from like all the rooms?
Money.
That was in this room alone.
Okay.
The whole party watches Volknar just sweep all the money into his own pocket.
Right.
Mert's like looking over your shoulders, like, oh, good. 2 empty rooms. Anything else down there, or just that book of Infernal? Did you find anything else?
Did we ever go to this area?
Um,
Yeah, that's where the
Volknar
Peter
did.
yeah,
thing
we-
was hanging out.
Yeah, we kind of did, didn't we?
Yeah. I think several of you, I think 2 or 3 of you at least entered the room, but I think it was Volknar who sort of went like around the room like this, examining like a bunch of the room.
Okay. Well, if we that's all that's here, then I guess Alistair would be looking for any like secret compartments as we start walking our way back.
Okay.
I was expecting to find some sort of loot room around here, some sort of stash where the key might be.
I mean, you can go ahead and make a investigation check on your way back if you so wish. Mert, however, is like, well, should we discuss what to do with the lycanthropes?
Do you have anywhere safe you could take them? Anywhere it's like secure where they won't get hurt and they won't hurt anyone else?
Well, look, my understanding, and my friends and I have been attempting to divulge as much as we can about this cult, is that considering you have now found one of their hidey holes, they will not be back in this location. The other side of this is that I have never seen anybody enter this building. Some of you were the first. And he kind of like looks over his shoulder, and you can see now that where he's standing, there are these like portholes that look down into this pit. my suspicions, and he's looking like down into the lit pit, is that they would teleport to this location, use the blood to ritually summon some sort of devilish creature, as well as take some of it and then teleport out. Now, considering that the only things that have ever left this area were the actual the 5 individuals themselves, who are clearly the lycanthropes in the cells, I don't know. My only guess is that this is going to hamper anything that they were using the blood for quite a while. Do you know how they brought the lycanthropes here?
Not exactly. We just found them here.
Hmm. Well, what I suggest is the following. We let them wake up, because I've seen them walk out, so they must wake up and walk out at some point in time. And we talk to them, we try to understand their story, and then we try to reassure them that whoever was hurting them is now dead, and we can show them the bodies. In fact, we can show them the bodies, and then, well, maybe the curse itself is lifted on some level. Who knows?
I don't imagine it's lifted, but maybe.
No, 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 that's fair. And he looks at you all, and he says, "Truly, you found nothing else?"
This is all that we've seen, and uh,
What else might there? What else might there be, Mert? Alistair says.
So who found the piece of paper
Uh,
with the note?
Alistair found it and then gave it to Zeusanu because we couldn't read it. Are you talking
Okay.
about the one with the instructions?
Yeah. Can you guys roll for Alistair and Zusanu? Can you guys roll deception checks?
I don't remember what happened to that paper.
Ooh, 21.
Wow.
Yeah, deception's one of my like special skills.
Okay, so this is
+6.
crazy. So I just rolled a natural 20, and it's just a flat 20 for him. So he believes you. If you're hiding it, he believes you.
Dude, we beat his nat 20. That feels nice.
Well, Alistair is just like he was asking like what he was looking for.
Oh, so, okay. And he goes, anything that might identify any of these individuals, directly identify them as to what happened here.
And Alistair would just bring up the fact that, well, one of them was it seemed like being set up for one of these rituals, and that's sort of how we got here.
Interesting.
He
Well,
said there was instructions and everything.
He said he was part of
instructions.
the Carpenters Guild, and you said one of the other guys was part of the Carpenters Guild too, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems
That
like they
is-
might have
Starting
something
to
to do
think
with
there
it.
might be some kind of connection.
Alistair like holds his hand and is like, "You have that piece of paper?" And he's like talking to Zeusanu.
Zeusanu just kind of like looks at him and then says, "Yeah." Reaches into his pocket and pulls it out and hands it over.
It's like, here. Gives it to Mert.
And Mert takes it and he goes, reads through the instructions to like come to this location, go into the basement, so on and so forth. But then he goes, VC. VC. Oh, can't be. That would be too good if it was. I wonder if. Can I see the body of that other person who you found this on?
Oh,
Sure.
don't we have one of them still alive?
Harry looks around and says, "You have someone alive here?
We might.
There was a
I
trail
think-
of bodies I walked by.
I think we left one of
Whose
them alive, didn't
masterpiece
we?
was that?"
Yeah, they might be alive. Hold on a sec. Let's go. Let's back trail, mates.
Yeah, that guy in the bed is still alive. He's gagged.
Okay.
You
Well,
guys
the
have a
group
prisoner?
Yeah,
Are you
we
guys
took
gonna
one
turn
alive.
him?
the
Is
group
this gonna be the new
retraces their
Grub?
No, never. Maybe. The group retraces their steps back to the mans that we restrained and tied up and gagged.
I'll bring you guys. We can fast travel there. Making your way through the area. Are you collecting the coins as you go as well?
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't leave them on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 325 gold on the middle table, and then 253, or sorry, copper.
Yeah.
325 copper and
Oh.
253 copper each.
Someone do the math, and I'll add it to the bank.
Should just put it all in his copper. There you go.
Yeah.
And you reach the guy who's been knocked out, gagged, and bound. He is still in this room at this point. He's awake as you open the door. He looks at you in fright and terror. He has rolled off the bed onto the floor, and he was attempting to sort of like get up to get himself out of this room.
Where do you think you're going? Alistair gives him a grin.
He like can't talk.
Hey, Mert. We got one of our friends in here. If you had a couple questions.
Mert steps through into the room and he goes, "Ah, excellent." He rips off the mask of the guy, if it was on. I don't remember. And he goes, "I believe I've seen you around before as well. Yes, I think what we'll do is the following. We'll call the city watch. They will come, arrest this man. They'll have it on my good authority as a noble that the lot of you have helped save the individuals. Hopefully at some point they will untransform from lycanthropes. In fact, I suggest we don't call the city watch until they have untransformed and we have them safely away from here. Then we call the gods. And they clean up this mess. I myself am going to hold on to this." And he holds out the note and he says, "And we're going to speak to this individual before anything else happens, just to confirm something." And he takes down the gag, and the guy's like, "I swear, I don't know anything. I won't. I don't. I'll tell you anything you want, but I don't know anything." And Mert's looking at him like, "Well, who wants to help me with this? You two." And he points to Victor and Volknar. "Come on in, lads."
Skybound sounds very sus. Hey, what's up?
How we doing?
Well, would you like me to help? Would you like to help get some information from this man?
Sure. What do you want to know from him?
Did we
And-
beat him up?
Well, and Mert steps out for a moment, and as you're stepping in, and as he does so, he just goes, "Scare the living daylights out of him. I've got one question for him. It's only one question, but it's an important one. Just scare the living shit out of him."
Oh.
And he steps out, and he's like, "Well, have your way with him for a moment."
All right. Victor grabs him in by his throat and throws him against the wall.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
20.
Okay. Let me just do one thing. Yeah, I rolled a 4. The guy whimpers, and as he hits his head sort of against the wall a little bit, he goes, "Oh God, oh, please don't kill me. Whatever you do, don't kill me." And Mert steps back in, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "That's a good lad. Well, you ready to talk?" And he's like, "Yes, I'll tell you anything. I'll tell you anything." He goes, "VC. Are those the initials of..." And let me just get this name fully right for you guys. Victoro Casalenter. And the man looks terrified and then kind of crumples and he nods and he begins crying. He says, "Yes, it was Victoro. Victoro gave me the letter." "Well, I believe that our work here is done, lads. Let's lock this guy into this location or one of the other cells potentially, and call the watch once those fellows of ours are okay."
Yes, I believe it's best the watch don't know about their affliction.
Oh no, they're just innocents in this. Yes, absolutely. And you can see Mert's like in true noble fashion taking control of the situation regardless of whether he's meaning to or not. And he begins trying to direct you. And over the next, I want to say 30 minutes or so, where would you like to put this guy? I'll write prisoner on him.
Let's just tie him up to the chair over here.
Okay.
Maybe we should break his legs so he can't run.
No, just
I don't think that's necessary.
I just said tie him up to the chair.
Okay.
I want to hit his leg anyway.
Hey, yeah, feel free to rough him up a bit, but
I mean, we're not gonna kill him.
well, it seems like these burly boys want to have a bit of fun with him. If you want to go, wait for our friends over here to wake up, I guess.
In the meantime, Harry wants to try something.
Sure.
Harry wants to try to, well, not try to, but cast a spell.
Okay.
Detect thoughts and try to do it covertly. I don't know how like, you know, how known
Let's
it
take a
is
look.
when he does it. But
So detect thoughts. All you need in your hand is a copper piece for the material
Yeah.
component, but it does require verbal and somatic as well. So you can try to hide it. It would
so
take a sleight
Harry
of
would have,
hand check.
yeah, Harry would have tried to do that while in the act of them moving the prisoner, he would have just kind of like either moved, hung back in the group and cast it. I think it lasts a while, so I would have tried to
Cast on who?
secretly. Well, specifically, I cast it on myself, seemingly, and then I can focus it on. But what I would do is focus it on Mert, and specifically, I initially learned the surface thoughts of that creature. So I guess mainly I want to know his intentions and kind of what he's thinking of this, because he knows this guy. What he just said, VC.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. So I definitely need you to roll a sleight of hand.
yep. Sleight of hand. That will be a 15.
Okay. I think in this situation that's good enough. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's good enough. I rolled a 6, so you are able to cast detect thoughts, and as you sort of hang back from the group and focus on Mert in particular, you get the thoughts of call the city watch. Then I'll talk to the other hoppers. We'll probably meet Albright at Brentus' house again. Um, something about Victoro Casalanter, specifically getting more information on him and Amelia. Wonder if this has to do with their missing son. And those are the thoughts that you pull immediately from his like surface level consciousness.
Yeah. Right, and then is it? Yeah. So his intentions are good, I guess, at this point, right?
Yeah, he like
Harry gets the
yeah,
information.
definitely.
Okay.
In fact, if anything, he's clearly um clearly relieved that the lycanthropes are okay and that you have probably stopped whatever has been happening to them from happening again. But his focus is on something larger that has to do with the names that he's are going through his head.
Yeah. Could you send me those names just
Yep.
again?
Yeah, totally.
I want to write them down. Thanks. All right, and then I guess for now Harry would let the burly boys continue what they were doing.
You guys gonna go rough up the prisoner?
Sure. uh, Victor pushes him over. Boom, roughed up.
I mean, he doesn't love it, but he's not.
And I guess if that's all you're gonna do, Harry would go over to him and ask, "Who's this Victoro guy?" And then try to.
You're asking the prisoner?
Yeah.
So
Victoro, and he sort of looks at you. Actually, go ahead and make a history check first and foremost.
History. Ooh, 21. Do I
Okay.
recognize this game?
Yeah, so that's where I was going with this was that because you've lived in Waterdeep for quite most of your life, you know that several years ago, one of the noble families lost their eldest son. So Victorio Castellanter and Amelia Castellanter, you recognize some of these names, lost their eldest son, and nobody knows where he went. Around the same time, their fortunes turned and they became incredibly wealthy. They seem to have business success after business success, and have done quite well for themselves over the past, I want to say like 5 years or so, roughly around the time that you went into the military, served in the military, and then got out of the military.
And are they still doing good?
So far as you know, that they are doing well for themselves.
So Victoro gave this dude a letter to come here.
Sacrificed his son to the devil in order
Yeah.
to gain financial success.
Mm,
Boom. Case solved.
A
Terrible
tale
guy.
as old as time.
Alistair does the finger guns.
Detective Alistair's on the case.
All right. Well, yeah, Harry would share that information with the group. Just the history of this Victoro guy,
Okay.
so you guys can know that. And then as a group, I guess let's talk this out. What's going on here, guys? Can we get more information out of here? Out of this guy?
Right now, we're just waiting for
Or do we not
the
care? Are we just gonna wait for the city watch? Or we're gonna take things into
wait,
our own hands.
waiting for the lycanthrope homies to go back to their normal forms, and then we call it the City Watch.
Yeah,
Do we have an idea in our head when what time of day and when we think they're gonna change?
the
At least
morning,
morning.
right?
Comes up?
Yeah, so it'll probably take, you assume, sometime over the next several hours, they will turn back to their original racial form and features, and they will wake up. So, I mean, we can fast forward to
Yeah.
that point if you still wish.
Sure.
Yeah, if that's the plan, sure.
Okay, spending some
Do
time
we-
with dice and cards. Go ahead.
Do we have a way to get these cells open in the first place?
Oh yeah, go ahead and try one of the cell doors.
All right, try it.
It is unlocked.
Oh, they're unlocked. Okay.
Yeah, they want him to get out and go home probably eventually, so they can do it all over again.
Um,
How did you guys? Harry would ask them, "How did you guys get into that room?
Which room?
The room that the guy was pointing to when we were over in the other room. Teleport. The guy where Mert thought they were teleporting.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even remember going in that room, so I'm not sure.
oh,
Who
you
did?
mean the pit?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy opened up his own door. The bearded devil, he opened up his own
Oh,
door.
like a teleportation door.
I think he uses tentacles to just like
No.
How'd you get
undo the
out?
latch.
Wait, so that's what I'm asking. There is a
Yeah.
door into it.
It
Yeah.
was right. It was here.
All right. Well, Harry wants to go check out the room.
Okay.
While we're waiting for that.
Sure. And stepping into the room, you can very quickly see something, Harold, that the rest of them probably would not have known or realized. The runes are twofold on the ground. They are simultaneously conjuration as well as so they're conjuration of two types. One would be to conjure a fiend from hell, and another would be some sort of teleportation and or movement level of conjuration. And so you can see these two overlapping patterns on the floor, mostly in blood or some sort of reddish ink, where it looks like this room is used for two things at the same time.
Can I do a general on top of that? A general look. Was it just an investigation?
Yeah,
Look for
totally.
a hole into the room. See if anything else sticks out. 21.
Okay.
Maybe like walking around the walls, looking around the floor.
Yeah. You suspect that this room has oh gosh. So the 6 cells in this room are rather strange. You suspect that the cells have been used for actual sacrifices of individuals who have been held here while some sort of fiend has been summoned, and then they have been released into the room, or the cells have then been opened and the fiend has been released onto them. You also suspect that this is the place where the individuals teleport into, but that it is mostly ignored because of the dust everywhere. And that whatever it is normally used for, it had not yet been used for on this night.
All right. Harry would return to Alistair. Specifically, I guess. No. Is this how you guys are hanging out? Are you guys split up?
I mean, we were just watching the were creatures.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess Harry would also share all that information about the room to the gang, whoever was listening or around, and maybe suggest that that because it hasn't been used today, and that's probably what's going to happen, is kind of like, hey guys, maybe something's coming here, and maybe we can be ready for it. The
Well,
people who are running the show, yeah, and kind of
unfortunately,
explain that whole ritual thing.
yeah. Alistair looks at him, then points around. And is like, unfortunately, I think we maybe dispense the people who are going to do the ritual, and points at all the dead bodies.
Yeah, it's true. We still got one left. Let's go ask him if that's Let's go ask him who's coming.
Oh,
Harry would go back.
That
to
was
sleep.
he was like a recruit.
Yeah, he's new. He might have
brand
even been
new?
sacrificed. Yeah, he might have been part of the ritual, not even known it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that all the guys you killed, like the monster people, were the ones doing it? Is that what you're
Yeah,
suggesting?
all those beds back there, those are for the new recruits.
And what would be their role then? Like, what are they
Well,
doing?
I think were they being sacrificed or being taken into the to the what you call it?
And what are the
group.
lycanthropes?
No.
Two different groups of people.
Well, see, their blood's used for the rituals, right? That's their purpose. That's it.
Okay. All right, then we'll just we'll wait around. But Harry's gonna keep his eye on that. And then if he's gonna be paying attention if he hears anything coming from that direction. The
Okay.
rest of the time.
And over the next few hours, you guys can spend doing whatever you might need to or want to while the lycanthropes wake up. They slowly turn back to their original forms, then they stir and they wake up. And Aerith, are you nearby in particular when they wake up, or maybe are you doing
Yeah.
something else? Okay.
Yeah, I'm nearby.
And they quickly see you and get dressed because they wake up naked, funny enough. And they quickly dress and see you.
Yep.
Oh, and it's Loravor in particular, who I actually don't have a character for, so I'm just going to use these tokens for a moment. And they step out of their cells and everything, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much. Did you figure out what was happening?"
Well, they were collecting your blood or your lycanthrope blood for some reason. Probably for the rituals.
And will the rituals stop? Will we stop coming here?
You should stop coming here, but I don't know about your form. If you'll continue to turn into lycanthropes,
Well,
or what we should do about that.
well, can we? This is okay as long as we don't end up here. That's a very good start. It's nice not to know that I have to make quite a long walk once a month, early in the morning. And he looks at the rest of the lycanthropes and he goes, "Let's meet same time in a few weeks, in a few 10 days before the next moon. The same place, 10 days from now." And the lycanthropes all nod, as if this is like a plan that they normally go through with, anyways. And they look to you and they say, "Aerith, would you please join us?" And at that, they will take their leave, unless there's something else anything else anybody wants to say to him.
Good luck.
Okay, so they're gonna peace out. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in this area, or would you like to also get the hell out of Dodge?
I wanna spill the buckets of blood.
Ooh. Not take
Okay.
it with you?
I don't need that blood.
It could be power.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a vial of lycanthrope blood. If it's just sitting there.
You can have one vial of lycanthrope blood, if you so wish.
What can I pick? What were my options?
I was
there
gonna say,
were-
Alistair sees you and he's like, may as well grab a little of each.
Yeah, can we get like one vial of each kind?
Yeah, totally. So 2 werewolves, 1 wereboar, 1 weretiger, and 1 wererat.
Gross.
In
Take
case
your
anybody in the
blood.
group, wants to become a were creature now, we might have the means.
Right?
Oh, maybe we should dose Grub Grub.
Oh, that would be hilarious, actually. Real.
Was it
We could dose everyone that comes to our tavern and have our own army.
Maybe.
I don't know if that'd be an army we could control.
I mean, you are
Just
a
put it in
cleric
the
of the
soup.
moon. If
We
anybody
can-
can
Put it in the
control
soup.
them, you can.
Start up a circus.
True.
I was joking. It would be funny.
I don't think we
Alright.
were.
Hey, Volknar. Volknar.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what are you having for first breakfast? I'm very hungry. Burned a lot of calories today.
You want to get some chickens?
Chickens. I can do
Yeah.
I can do chicken.
I mean, can we find a cow? Can we eat a cow?
Just eating raw chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How many cows?
Two cows.
That works.
I mean, where are we gonna find cows? All we got is venison back at the bar.
Should we go hunting for cows?
No. We got plenty of meat from before.
Yeah, let's just head back to the bar.
Who's our cook? Zusanu?
Yeah, I'll whip you up something.
I want
Okay.
I want something tasty with like spices.
Hey, do we
Maybe
we got
teriyaki.
spices.
Teriyaki.
Spices.
Can you do a
I don't know if we
teriyaki?
got teriyaki, but we'll poke around the kitchen. We'll see what we got.
You got buffalo?
Oh no, I want stir fry now.
And Mert at all of this is like, are they always like this? Anyways, I will stop by Prestige Worldwide if that's okay with a lot of you.
Oh,
Fine.
Yeah, we'll be there. We're hungry.
you're always welcome there.
Excellent, excellent. You have done these people a service, and I think you've done the city of Waterdeep quite a service as well. I will stop by when I have time, especially after sicking the city watch on this location and speaking to some of my friends. I wish you all a good day. And at this, Mert, like, his heels, because he's got, like, little heels on his boots, clicking behind him, cape sort of twirls behind him, and he takes his leave.
Okay.
You guys want to go back to the tavern? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else planned? for
Unless
today?
on the way we pass somewhere that sells scrolls. we need what? Comprehend languages?
So you can always try the location down the street from you. That would be the gosh, I always forget the name of that. It's where the Dragonborn is down the street.
The bookworm.
The Bookworm. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's check there on the way home.
Okay.
Let's see what she's got for scrolls.
Stopping by the Bookworm, Rashal, the page turner, is manning the storefront. He's actually just opening it as you arrive back home because it is quite early in the morning still. It's about 8 a.m. You would like to know if he has a scroll of comprehend languages?
Yes.
Okay, let's take
Particular, and then just in general, see what he's got.
a look. He does. Or rather, he can scribe you a scroll of comprehend languages for 25 gold pieces if you so wish.
Is
Oh
there
my.
is it possible for me to pay him to like put it directly into my ritual book, or is that something that like I have to do personally?
Yeah, so with you and Harold, so Harold would definitely have to do that himself. With you, Zusanu, because it's a warlocky thing. So is it on the warlock list? That's the first question.
It's any ritual spell that's I think half my level or lower.
Okay, it is on the warlock list. Yeah, so you would have to speak with your patron. You would have to convince your patron to be able to do it. So when Harold gets the spell into his book, he pays some gold and he copies it into his book, right? For you to get it into your quote unquote spell book, you have to work with your patron on that a little bit. But that like it can happen.
Oh, so I don't have to spend the gold?
Well,
I,
you would
I,
have to,
I thought
you
it
would
was
have
like
to
you
buy
would
a
do,
copy of the scroll.
but I don't have to spend like the 50 gold to copy it into my book. I just have to like have a seance with my
Yeah,
patron, my penguin patron, I think it was.
that's exactly right.
All right, yeah, 25 gold. Let's do it.
Um,
Any objections from the party?
How much gold do we have?
I have 569.
Sure.
Just remember this when one of us wants something.
Yeah, I'm always for spending gold to get stuff.
When it's for you.
Oh yeah, I will totally buy you guys shit too.
Does the
Yeah.
bookworm have
What other
potions?
scrolls does he have? Maybe there's something for someone else too.
so it'll take him a little bit of time to get comprehend languages for you guys. He'll come by with it later, basically. But he's able to do quite a bit of different things if you so wish, including anything from like comprehend languages to magic missile to unseen servant, arcane lock, misty step, suggestion. He could even do higher level spells that Harold, you in particular, know that you do not yet have the ability to cast.
Hmm. I'll come back at a later moment if I want them.
I think mine. I have restrictions on mine. Let's see. On my adventures, I can add other ritual spells to my Book of Shadows. When I find a spell, I can add it if the spell's level is equal to or less than half of my warlock level, and if I can spare the time to transcribe the spell. And then I guess instead of the cost, I have to seance.
Yeah,
Yeah, the list, at least on the website, it's a pretty big list of rituals I can choose from.
gotcha. Nice.
I'm not sure how much would really be.
Well, I mean, instead of shopping around and being like, oh, well, that sounds cool. This sounds cool. Why don't we just wait till we find ourselves in a situation where we need something, and then come back and get it when we, for next time or something.
Also, while we're here, I just want to ask about identify and silence. How
He
much
does
those-
not have identify and he does not have silence.
Oh, okay.
Does
All right,
he
then
have
I'll,
any
I'll be.
potions?
He does not, but he points you to Fala's shop down the street.
Idea. I'm working on the potions. We're about to be swimming in potions. But Harry, you don't want any spells?
No, I'm good. I've got a lot.
So he will
Fucking
come by with comprehend languages for you later today. I guess this is technically the beginning of the next 10-day based on the cycle that we've been doing. And so I guess we are back into the typical, what would you guys like to do for this 10-day?
Do we have to do the rolls for the tavern?
We can do the rolls for the tavern for the end of week earnings if you so wish. Just note that you should try to like divvy up your time, either spent at the tavern or away from the tavern. Like each of you spending 5 days at the tavern gives you a +5 to your eventual income. So that helps if you want to do that. But if there are other things your characters would like to do, go ahead and give a shout.
What are the rules for crafting a longbow? Like now that Victor's like can do carpenter stuff, is longbow carpenter stuff? Or...
That could be. I don't see why. I mean, it's not fletching in particular, so I don't see why it couldn't be carpentry. My guess is that it would be a check, and that it would be probably more than a 10-day, probably 2 10 days.
Okay.
But you can begin to do so.
Oh yeah, I just have to get the carpenter's tools and some of the materials to do it. But I'm gonna wait till hopefully at some point do the fighting pit again, so I can get some funds for that stuff, and then I'll craft one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Um,
Are we gonna do the fighting pit again, Victor?
I mean, I'm down. Let's see if we can fit it in the group schedule here.
Yeah,
Harry wants to go to the fighting pit,
I
but at
strongly
like
support that.
at the end of the week or at the end of the 10-day.
Yeah.
Got some stuff before I go there. I
But
wanna do.
isn't that like when it falls? Isn't it always?
Yeah,
on
it's at the end of
10
the
day?
it's at the end of the 10 days, so it works.
Okay.
How's our meat? Are we got enough meat for the week or?
I mean, you would pay your typical coinage through the tavern keepers and innkeepers guild to receive your supplies for the week, and so
I
you
mean,
can pull what you need from that.
I kind of liked hunting for our meat. Save a little gold. Always guarantee to our customers that the meat's fresh. Little team building, you know. Bond with each other a little bit.
Yeah, there's a few other things we can do.
Yeah. Is anybody working on any angles?
Yeah, Harry
Yeah.
will do something quick.
Yeah, I wanted to work on my my little side quest to try to get in with the underworld.
Gotcha. I mean, I have things that are planned as well, so it's really like if there are things that you guys want to do, like outside of the typical stuff.
Yeah, I'll say something specific that during this 10-day, I guess, Harry, because he has that second floor corner room,
Okay.
that he's been specifically, looking out his windows and checking out, the tavern, but he's been looking for this little rock gnome that he saw once before and lurking around and goes by the name of Dalakar. So he's been trying to keep an eye out for him specifically.
Gotcha. Can I just get a perception check?
Yeah. A 1.
Yeah. You do not catch Dalakar in the street at any point in time. I mean, it would be a long shot, right, to just like glance out your window and see somebody passing by potentially, but yeah, nothing.
And Zusunu would have, after the last time when Victor laughed at him when he asked him to show him how to use a shield, he'd go start trying to work out with the boys occasionally
Nice.
until because his ego was hurt, so he wants to get stronger until he's strong enough to that Victor thinks he's worthy to be taught how to hold a shield.
Gotcha.
Poor Zeus.
He's sensitive, man. He's a
Do-
noble. Like he comes from a sheltered upbringing. Victor just like laughed at him.
Gonna have to
He's
do
not-
some beak ups.
Yeah, he's got to get stronger.
Are you also spending half your
feathers.
week over at Falla's?
Oh yeah, just
Okay.
like some like light exercise. A couple hours a day or something.
Gotcha.
As much as I can spare.
So you basically have one more 10-day until you can make potions of your own, but it does take a full day to make a single potion.
Also, since I've been cooking for the party, I've been working for the the chef fee.
Yep.
How long? Like, what do I have to do for that? Is there anything particular, or is it just like eventually I get enough cooking experience?
Yeah, because that is so you've been working actively on the healer feat and passively on the chef feat. The chef feat can switch into the active slot like once you move on from the healer feat or the poison. Like, do you want to do poisons? Sorry, you
Uh,
want to do healing and poisons,
yeah,
right?
healer instead of poisoner.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so like once you move on from the healer feat, you can move the chef feat into like your active quote unquote like focus. I would say you maybe put like a quarter of the time needed into that, but you'll gain more time as you focus on that specifically, and then say like maybe in the background you're working on learning how to use a shield, and that would be something like you become proficient with like a shield eventually.
Okay. So you can have like one active, feat or whatever proficiency you're working on, and then one passive.
I think that's probably the best way to do this at this time.
That sounds the easiest, the most efficient.
Yeah, because we all get feats next level like that we're gonna pick out, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you guys, something that we've not talked about, I will let you do both attributes and a feat if you so wish.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna argue
at
with
the
that.
level up.
Oh, and I think Harold, you're a human variant, right?
Yes, I am.
Did you ever pick out a feat? Because you get one at like first level.
No, I didn't. Oh, maybe I did that. But I'm not sure.
It would say in your feats thing.
Feats. Let me look. Features and traits.
Yeah, no choice made. Your spell sheet's even calling you out on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'll have to do that. I thought I did everything. I thought there was
What
something I picked too, though. I picked
you probably
like
like picked your class or whatever
well, I
as
have
part
like
of it.
arcane recovery. I have arcane tradition of evocation.
Those are all
Sculpt
wizard
spell.
features, though.
Yeah. So there's a human thing that I didn't do.
Maybe
All right.
I'm actually
Well,
checking your.
I'll
Yeah,
do that
just give you a
later.
heads up that
Yeah.
you could have
I
a feat.
didn't. I wouldn't have noticed that.
Also, while we're talking about level stuff, what's your like I guess protocol on multi-classing? I was thinking about taking a level in sorcerer next
I
level.
think it's fine. I think you should try to make it fit the narrative, but I don't think it's not the biggest deal in the world if it doesn't fully fit, or if
I
there's
already,
not an opportunity for it.
I already came up with a way that it would like play in with having like the pact guy.
Gotcha.
The other thing Harry wanted to do, because I haven't been here in a while, is I wanted to visit my buddy Vincent, the detective guy, at the Tiger's Eye at some point.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to hold off for a
Yeah.
little bit?
Unless and just whenever everyone else is done doing stuff. I'm in no rush to do it, but just want to do it.
All my stuff is background stuff, so I'm
Yeah,
good.
Victor's just working out, getting ready for the fight this week.
Also,
Okay.
I want to follow up with Volknar at some point about that fighting, like Coliseum type deal idea he came up with.
Actually, Alistair. So I assume so. Victor, since you're now a carpenter and stuff, I assume I've
Yeah.
seen you around the house doing stuff like that.
Well, I don't have tools yet, so I haven't actually done anything on my own time. I've just been I was helping out while the people were doing the makeover or whatever of this place. So you might have seen me sweat a few. Hey, hammer. You might have seen me hammer some stuff.
Oh, go buy yourself some tools and give me the invoice.
I'm gonna wait. I want to wait till I'm going all in on my fight this week, so hopefully I'll get some funds in.
Well,
I'll do that.
Alistair would have pulled you aside at one point and be like, "Hey, Victor, my boy, how you doing?
Great.
So, I noticed you're pretty decent at swinging a hammer.
Yeah, I like hitting things. It lets me take out my frustrations there, my my anger, channel it on the
Yeah.
nails. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I was wondering if maybe might do some renovations downstairs.
I mean, yeah, I can probably do that at some point. Just
I want to see if perhaps there's a way to connect the sewers or some kind of underground passage to downstairs, like a secret way in.
well, sounds like it's quite a bit of labor there, Alistair. I mean, what do you
Oh,
think I'd have to do? Just kind of like dig a hole? I mean,
I was hoping to talk to you and our friend Volknor.
yeah, I
We
think.
could go down and instead of wrestling, we could start digging that hole.
I mean,
And then it'd be
so
nice to have a secret place.
yeah, I mean that's
Secret way to get in and out.
So I think what you're talking about is a bit of Rocky Four training, which I like.
I'll dig holes. What holes do you want to dig?
Yeah, I think so. What I think you're talking about is digging a hole, and then we would need like they kind of put like wood things like in hole, like
Yes.
when people mine, and it keeps the things from caving in. So yeah, but I think the
Bracing.
actual yeah. So I think we could probably get it done quicker. I mean, Volknark certainly could help out with that because he's strong, and then I could build the things. But yeah, I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. And the rest of the group doesn't need to know for right now because we could just go down
I
when you're
mean,
doing basement time.
so I mean,
Special basement
I
time.
just gotta
Yeah.
get we need tools and we need materials, and then could probably do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good talk. We'll get that
Oh yeah,
started
it's
soon.
great hearing from you, Alistair.
And whenever you're doing that fight, let me know. I want to go back for more.
Yeah, well, hopefully, we'll see how things go. Hopefully, by the end of the week, we'll be doing that.
Excellent.
Should be fun.
Got all my money on you. Give some finger guns.
Yeah, well,
Can the party like help them train, give them some kind of advantage in the fight?
So yeah, I was
Give
actually going
us
to say
like
if you,
an '80s training montage going on.
definitely 80s training montage, but Victor and Volknar, you guys at some point during the fight are able to declare one of your attacks at advantage if you so wish.
nice. All right.
Teamwork, boys.
Yeah,
All the teamwork.
and we always have grubs down there when he's not working. Holding bags and
for the-
whatnot. And I got those pillows. I was thinking what I'm gonna do with those pillows is maybe make like a punching bag out of them or something.
Gotcha.
So I can punch instead of punching wood, I'm punch the pillows.
Yeah, your knuckles are thanking you for it.
Instead of punching the foundation of the house.
Yeah.
So if nobody else has anything for a moment, I am actually going to jump in and say that somebody comes by the tavern one of these days. A specific somebody that you recognize, Alistair, by the name of Erstal Floxen.
Erstal Floxen.
Erstal
Oh,
Floxen.
Floxen.
All right.
This is the individual who requested that you steal a handkerchief from a noble
Ah.
and then drop it into a barrel, which you did so successfully.
Yeah,
And
I wrote Aristal Floxen.
Erstal, Urstul.
All right, you are.
And again, he comes by and he's like, "Oh, is Alistair around? Can I talk to him?" He's saying this to Grub behind the bar.
And if I'm within earshot, I slide over.
Okay.
Well, hello there, sir.
And again, he he goes, let's talk a little somewhere quieter. And once again, you guys sort of slink off to like the second floor where patrons aren't having food and drink. And once you're out of earshot, he goes, "Good work. Got the handkerchief. Hear that you stole from one of the nobles down by the docks. Interesting choice, but not a bad gig by the looks of it. So,
What do you
I
mean
wanna-
stole from one of the nobles?
exactly. Nonetheless, there's something I gotta talk to you about. A real job. Now that you've shown me you can do this, something simple, I got a real problem. I work for this family called the Grellhounds, and that's Gralhunds, the Grellhuns. these folk are kind of shifty. I think they're working for more, or, I mean, how do I put this? They're helping me and my friends, but I also think they're doing work for people we don't want them doing work for. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course. They're playing both sides.
Yeah, I think that's the case, but it's not clear, and I don't have proof of it, which is where I kind of want you to come in.
All right.
Can you maybe find proof that they're working more than one side?
All right. Who are the two parties in question?
Well, that's the thing. It might be three. So there's us, and you can see the snake tattoo once again on his hand, reminding you that he's a Zentarim. They might be, I don't know, it's not clear. They might be working with the Xanathars, and they also might be working with another noble family. I've not heard too much about it, but they sometimes go to parties at the Castellantes.
Castle Lantern.
Castellanters, yes.
Sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, look, I think the simplest way to do this would simply be to sneak in, go into the master's office or the mistress's rooms, find papers, and sneak out. And he begins to detail this home. And he details you this this manor, Grelhund Manor, or Grelhund Villa, which is over on the corners of Sardoon Street and Horn Street, and it actually is in between both streets with like a little alley there called Pony Way, and it's not that far from where you guys live. It's like 2 blocks away.
Okay.
And he says, what I need is the following. Sneak in, find evidence that they're working for the others. That way I can put pressure on them to stop working for the others and get them to do what I want. They're a good cover. I just, you know how it is. Can you do that?
I think I can manage.
Good lad. It's got 250 gold with your name on it if you can bring me evidence that they're working with other people.
Alistair just kind of smiles and puts out his hand. He's like, say no more.
Excellent. And he shakes your hand and he then says, and if I need to reach you again, I'll send you a flying snake.
Flying snake. Alistair kind of turns his head.
It's how we talk in the Zentarim. And you can see the snake on his hand once more as he holds it up. It does something funny. You realize it's not just a tattoo. It actually wiggles ever so slightly. And he goes, I've got 1 or 2 of these on my person, and I can send you one via message if I so need. But, I'll try not to. They tend to attract attention sometimes. If it comes to you, it'll come at night.
All right. I'll be sure to keep an eye out.
Sounds good. Shakes your hand. Walks on out.
All right.
Is there anything in particular anyone else would like to do?
Harry wants to visit Vincent Trent.
Gotcha. So you go by Vincent's place, give a knock. There is no answer at this time.
Harry would look through the window.
He's on the
Look-
prowl already.
So the window, the windows are actually fully closed up. They're like
Ooh.
curtained shut.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like noticing this as you attempt to look through the window. You're standing outside of the Tiger's Eye, and there's no answer. No answer. 3 minutes goes by. Do you knock again?
Yeah, and I would yell into, "Hey, Vincent, you in there, buddy? It's me, Harry."
Okay. You knock again. You wait, and eventually, the door opens, and it goes, Herald of Prestige Worldwide, please step into my office. Step in. And you can see that there's a tired look on Vincent's face.
Yeah. Vincent, my friend, what's wrong, buddy? You look so tired.
I had to put on my suit, and you can see once again he's wearing his normal suit. It looks immaculate. His face, however, looks exhausted. He goes, I was on an all-nighter. The job, you understand. And he goes over to a kitchenette, and as he's like trying to get water to boil so that he can make himself some coffee. How can I help you? As he points you towards another one of the I believe I said that they were big big like beanbag chairs.
Yeah, yeah. He was like offering me to sit.
Yes.
Yeah, Harry will sit. Like he's best friends with this guy.
Okay.
Makes himself at home.
Vincent notices all this, doesn't take out his notebook and write anything down, but you can see the mental calculations happening as he's like attempting to do a pour over coffee. Eventually, he sits down, sort of ruffles his nose in a funny manner, almost looks at the back of his hand, and then wipes his hair, and then takes a sip of his coffee and goes, "What can I help you with?"
Oh, I just wanted to come and see. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been keeping busy doing my own thing, trying to find missing people, trying to uncover, secret fronts for guilds, and oh man, crazy out there. What you got any big jobs you said you were doing? Staying up late last night?
Go
Getting any
ahead and
trouble?
go ahead and roll a persuasion check, and just out of game between us, what are you trying to do?
Um, I was and Harry's gonna try to ask him specifically about some Xanathar Guild information because I think he's worked for him in the past, and I'm trying to connect the Xanathar Guild to the Manticore Tavern.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
So
also he's trying to like play up like he's his own detective, like he's bringing up the missing person, meaning the Victorio thing.
okay.
As I assume he would probably know about that if it was kind of a big story around the city.
Gotcha. Okay.
So stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Ooh, an 18.
Okay, that's pretty good. At this, he says, "Ugh, honestly, it's just more. Ugh, uh, I can't stand some of these nobles and their problems." And you can see that there is legitimate exhaustion and wear on his face. Um, Vincent. Sorry, I thought I had a specific for this. Vincent says that he has been following a nobleman from manor to manor all night, and that the investigation itself is simple, but that what the wife wants is not. She wants not just the names and locations of all of the places where this nobleman is going, but also the names of everyone he could potentially come into contact with, which is the very difficult part of this. And so he's been not just running around following this noble each and every night, but following, like basically doing laps around nobles' homes each evening, trying to determine who's coming and going, including the servants from any of the servants' entrances or exits. And that in itself is like exhausting and proving difficult because he's simultaneously ensuring that he can know when somebody's coming and going, that he's following primarily, as well as the secondary and tertiary happenings. He kind of looks at you and he's like, you're not looking for a job, are you? Is that why you're here?
Like I told you, Vincent, I'm a businessman myself. If I can scratch your back and you can scratch mine, I don't mind helping out a friend in need.
I mean, at some point I might just need the bodies to keep the business going the way I like, but I'll let you know if I need somebody on an all-night stakeout once more.
Sure, sure. Hey, I've been working on something crazy too. I've been trying to put together this. You said you did a job for some Xanathar Guild before, and I got little rumblings that they might be running this Manticore Tavern for some nefarious activity. You haven't know anything about this?
He takes a sip of his coffee, nods slowly, looks at you. I might. He doesn't seem to want to divulge it.
Yeah. All right. Then I guess Harry's gonna like just make a mental note of that he does know something about it. Maybe change the subject to and say oh, and I this other job we were doing, we came across this Victoro Castellanter guy. Name came up about this missing kid. I remember hearing about that story, and now it's come up again. It seems odd. You remember that story back in the day, don't you?
And he gives a interesting laugh. It's more like a cat's chuff than it is a laugh, but it's a laugh. It's not a bark, it's not a yip or anything, but it's like a sort of laugh. And you see the look on his face, and he goes, "So I'll tell you this about that. All my information points to the fact that nobody has seen hide or tail of that young man since he went missing. Nobody knows if he left the city, how he left the city, or when he left the city. They saw him at his parents' villa the day before, and then he went missing. That's all anybody knows about it."
Seems fishy, doesn't it, Vincent?
Uh,
Just
I
gonna
don't know.
guess that.
I mean, and you can see that he's contemplating how fishy it could potentially be. Considering the hubbub that was made about it, they didn't hire me. Nor, so far as I know, did they hire any of the other detectives. And yet,
Sounds like they didn't want the mystery to be solved.
that's where it feels strange.
I agree.
Something about relying on the city watch, and yet, I mean, they're nobles for Christ's sake. Or for, insert godlike figure here sake. Um,
Yeah.
and he sort of looks at you and says, "That was surprising to me. A missing noble? I mean, that's common. People go missing all the time. A missing noble whose family does not pay to find them? Strange."
I agree, Vincent. I guess Harry will make one last kind of attempt to get any not be like overly begging in any way, but like try to go back to the Xanathar Guild and say, all right, yeah, and just say, well, if you need, like I said, if you need any help, Vincent, you know where to find me. I'm always willing to help out a friend. I'm gonna keep on to the Xanathar thing. So if you have any contacts that you don't mind sharing with a local aspiring detective, feel free to share and try to persuade them to get a little bit something.
He sort of raises his cup of coffee to you, says, "Will do."
All right. Good day, Vincent. Hope to talk to you soon.
"Good day." And he lets you out, and again, as you step out into the street once more, you hear the number of locks clicking and closing behind you.
All right.
I gotta take 3 to 5 minutes just as a break, just for my voice. And then we'll come back to
Yeah,
it.
I'll run to the bathroom real quick too.
Cool.
Word.
See you in 5.
Gotta figure out how much money I got to bet on the Burley Boys next fight.
I remember you got like at least like 100 from like carousing or whatever it was that one time.
Yeah.
So you're probably loaded.
Yeah, but that's it.
I mean, that's still loaded. Victor's got 22 gold, so
Oh,
Got
then
31.
I guess I am. Well, I got 137.
Damn.
There was one thing I was gonna buy. I don't need to role play it out. I'll just
yeah.
say I stopped and bought it.
You got a ton of personal gold.
Yeah.
Well,
why
he's
went
got to
on
like
that?
buy the spells, do the spell stuff, and
That's true too. Even when I find them, like it costs like 10 each to copy them.
I think it's okay if some of the party gold goes to some of that too. I feel like the party
That's
wizard
fine.
having spells is like in the best interest of the party.
Yeah,
It's on spell.
I started getting some tactical ones. Like that like see I
Like-
could have
Like
tried
what?
to use that the detect thoughts one. I think I'm gonna try to use a lot.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
The other one was sleep. I was gonna try to like I don't know, I can like put people to sleep.
Sleep's a good one.
Misty step, I can teleport around. Like I see it because I picture Harry like kind of like Gambit and Nightcrawler. Throwing the ice knives like darts, and I have a quarterstaff as my main weapon.
do you have a
Call would be cool
tail?
too, if
Do
you
you
don't
have
already have
the
it.
No, so he's like Gambit, but I guess I can
Okay.
Misty step like
So you're not a circus freak.
no. I'm a human.
Do you have the cantrip that makes quarterstaff stronger?
No.
You should grab that when your
That was
levels up.
I needed to I think I was trying to figure out if message is also a spell or if it's just a cantrip. And if it's just a cantrip, can I learn more
Cantrip.
cantrips
We-
somehow?
I found out last time you can only get cantrips like when you would level up. Like at
Okay.
certain levels, you'll get more cantrips.
So like she couldn't teach it to me.
Right. It would have to be like a spell.
Right. So is it a spell?
No, it's a cantrip.
Only a cantrip.
Yeah. And maybe we found out like there's like some spells that we could teach each other that we could put into each other's books.
Hmm. They're in the same class probably.
Yeah.
What
Like I have find familiar in my book. Like you could probably write that down into your book too.
Yeah. And I
Detect
do have
magic is
the ability
probably
on
another
my
one.
AoE stuff to not hit friendly.
That's such a great
Evo
ability. What about
evocation wizard.
Yeah.
actually Shatter's not in my book, so I
So
don't think
Nick,
I can
I
do that
don't
one.
need to role play it, but on the way back from Vincent, Harry was gonna stop at Zoblov
Gotcha. Yep.
and
Another thing
pick
I
up an
just
item
wanted to
from him.
bring up before I forgot was at some point during the 10-day I would have examined those daggers we found, because you
Ooh,
mentioned
there you go.
that there could be like silver in them or something, the curved daggers.
Yeah, totally. Giving
Fancy
them a
dagger.
thorough look over, you can definitely tell that they were nicely crafted. There's definitely silver, at least in the hilt and handle. The blades themselves look to be mostly ceremonial, not decorative, but ceremonial, specifically for some purpose. You're unsure of what, but you do think you could probably get some coin for them if you so wished.
All right.
And how does me adding spells work? Do I have to like do a long rest to talk to my god or my pact guy, my patron?
So, if you want to take the spell scroll and attempt to learn it, you should first off determine whether or not Harry is going to do anything with it first. Because if you do anything with it, it's most likely going to consume it. And you also know that you need to be near the water to speak with your patron.
Harry, do you want to write down comprehend languages into your book before I use it?
Yeah, if we think we'll need it. If it's
It's
only gonna
a
cost me 10 gold, then sure, why not?
it's a useful spell.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, if you
Sure.
want,
Then Harry will try to copy that into his book.
if you while you're at it, if you want the detect magic or find familiar, I would offer my book to you.
I would do detect magic. I don't need find familiar. So Harry will try to or will take his time and copy those two if that's possible.
Yeah, that is possible. It's going to take you quite a while to do it just to decipher it, but you can do it over the course of like half a day.
I'll do it at over the at 10-day, we'll say.
I'll go like when he's done, when I have time. I'll go like to the water or like a pond or what do I got for water in Waterdeep? A whole bunch of it.
So I would say there's two main options. You could either go down to the dock ward or the southern ward and go to the docks basically and go to the ocean that way, or closer to you at this location would be to head due west along Delzoran Street down to Diamond Street and out the west gate onto the mud flats. And that is along the edge of the sea ward. Specifically, the mud flats are an area where people go walking, not along the beach, but along the ocean.
I don't want to go somewhere private. I'm looking at like the northwest part, like those rocks.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, you
liking
can.
up there. I think I'd fly over there.
Okay. So you fly over the city. You sort of wave to the Griffin Riders as you do so, who give a friendly wave back. Reaching the northwestern section of the city, just sort of like southwest of the Troll Gate in that area, you can either go out onto some of those rocks, or you can go on the land there, wherever you choose.
I want to go like out on the rocks.
Okay. And there's actually a lot of seabirds out in this area, but they scatter as you land in your own area.
Do I have to like do a ritual or anything to talk to him?
Well, how do you normally talk to your patron? What is your patron like, and how do you normally commune with them?
I guess the picture I thought up was a penguin speech. Took the image of a penguin. He's a water spirit who is always kind of enamored by birds and things that flew. So we made a
Okay.
pact with Aarakocra. I
Okay.
don't know, like I guess maybe when I'm sleeping, like I talk to him in my dreams or something.
Okay.
Or no, that's inconvenient because then I can't talk to him. Maybe I have to I can if I'm like at the tavern, I have like a bucket of water and I can like talk to him through like a flat surface of water. If it like acts as a mirror,
Gotcha.
like his image will pop up.
Okay. So
But then how am I gonna talk to him at the ocean?
as you're standing there on this rock contemplating this, you hear a gentle voice in the back of your head saying, "Just slide on your belly, silly. Just slide on
Uh,
your belly, just like a penguin, right into the water."
I just kind of shake my head, pin my wings back, and slide on my belly into the water.
Okay, and you slip down on the seaweed through off the rocks and straight down into the water. And as you do so, you feel yourself sort of embraced, like the water begins to hold you, and it's not freezing cold as you would expect the ocean to be, the Sword Coast to be at this moment in time. It is comforting and warm, and you feel yourself grabbed and pulled under, but you are not losing your breath. You are not suffocated. You are cocooned and held, and you can sort of feel yourself drifting off to sleep momentarily.
I can breathe in water, anyways.
Oh, cool. Okay. Um, so you have no issues whatsoever as this is all happening, and you can feel yourself being pulled further under, um, to the point where everything gets dark, but you are comforted and things are not out of control. Things are safe here. And you see this face rise above before you, and it's sort of luminescent. And it's the face of a penguin, and it says, "Speak to me, my child."
Did I come up with a name for him?
I mean, as far as you know, it's the Fathomless.
Oh, okay. The Fathomless. So I guess I'll greet the Fathomless. Say just come in. We haven't spoken in a while, so I wanted to check in, see how you're enjoying my adventures, and see if I can get your blessing to add this spell to my pact tome.
And you hold out the scroll, and the like a tentacle of water, similar to the tentacle that you bring forth, comes out and grabs it, and it says, "It will be done. Continue letting the wind on your wings. I enjoy flight. It is similar and different to gliding through the water. I will put you back on the rock at the end of this.
How awesome was that race? Zeus Nuke can't resist bragging a little bit.
That was totally fucking epic. There's actually like a lilt to his speech pattern as well. That's that we would recognize as like Surfer Bro. And as he takes the scroll, he sort of is like tearing it apart with the tentacles, but as he's doing so, he's taking each piece and they sort of glow momentarily and then they disappear. And each tentacle takes the glow and absorbs it until he says, "Hold out the tome." And you do so, and he lays all these tentacles onto it and he goes, "It is done. Time to place you back onto the rock." And you feel the tentacles pick you up, and you're once again cocooned away from this darkness, and the face disappears and says, "Fly, little one." And he places you back up onto the rock, and you can feel yourself placed up onto the rock, drying, because you were actually wet, but you were sort of cocooned. And the whole thing was strange and eerie, almost as if it were a dream, and yet you can feel the reality of it at the same time. And the birds are flying away from the rock once more as you displace them, and you are on the rock once again.
Nice. So I return to the tavern.
Okay. It's quite hard to fly at first because you were soaking wet, and yet you are able to get off air into the air. You return to the tavern with this spell now known.
And then when I get back, I'd want to so I guess Harry I'd go to about that parchment that me and Alistair found.
Okay. It was a book of Infernal.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I go to him. I want to
what
show
up,
it to
dude?
him and say, Harry, me and Alistair, we found this book down in that creepy dungeon. Because we found out that it's written in Infernal, and I just got the spell and I can read it, but I don't know. Do you know anything about Infernal? Do you think it's a good idea that we read it? I wanna get the party's input on this before I just read
Yeah,
the thing.
sounds like it could be. You could summon something crazy,
Like,
probably.
it might be dangerous, but it might be interesting. Something fun might happen. Might be something cool.
Yeah, could we
Maybe a
read it?
controlled environment.
Yeah, no, like can you like read it in your head without can you read it without casting it? I guess would be does Harry think he can
Like, read it
in
without
general you
saying it
can
out loud. You
A
yeah,
mean?
spell?
you know,
In
like
case it's
understand
like, yeah, in case
oh
it
the
needs to
book
be
or
said out
whatever's in the
loud.
book.
Oh yeah, so you can if you use comprehend languages, you can then read the book as long as the spell is active without casting any spells that are within the book. Now if the book
Right,
is like cursed or something, or if there's an
right,
issue with it otherwise, like that would be different. But if it's
yeah,
an actual spell book, that you would not cast the spells.
right.
Ask Aerith. He
Okay,
already rolled
yeah,
for it.
Aerith. Where's Aerith at?
Uh, Everett is
Cousin,
around. Yeah.
cousin, we may need your help. We found
Right.
this book. We wanna see if it's cursed or not. If I read it, I may need your clerical knowledge in removing any curses I might accidentally come across.
Well, let's hope you don't get cursed in the first place.
Alistair kind of just like, oh, I'm over here. Saunters over and is like, so you think this knowledge is worth being cursed? Whatever's in here.
Well, I mean, I kind of want
Seems
to check
pretty
it out.
important if that's the only book you found in the ritualistic dungeon. Seems like it's probably the key to everything. Knowing what or the key to knowing what's going on.
Anything too crazy, I mean, I've got my patron to back me up too. There's only so cursed I could get.
Yeah, maybe you ought to ask your patron if reading this book is a good idea. Maybe you ought to think twice about giving you that spell.
He was just over there.
I know, it's just I can always go to the get a bucket of water and talk to him.
Get a book.
That bucket of water will become fathomless quite quickly.
But I say we just kind of go for it. We just read it and see what happens.
We in quotes.
Well, Zeus and you will read it and see what happens, and have you guys there to maybe go somewhere like controlled in case we summon something.
Grub's room.
Yeah, go down to the basement in case we summon like a demon or something. Which probably sounds unlikely. Sounds like the worst that'll happen is I'll get cursed.
Or it's booby trapped or something. Might
Yeah,
just get hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna start preparing the comprehend languages.
Okay. You get a pinch of soot and a pinch of salt. You cast it about as you have been determined, as you determine that this is how you cast this spell. And after about a few minutes, you're able to comprehend the languages in the book. It's not that they reconfigure themselves into like common or something. It's that you can now read Infernal, and that knowledge has been granted to you. And as you look at the book, you understand that the title is The Trial of Asmodeus. And you read the back, and funny enough, it's you like begin to understand it's not necessarily a ritual book. It appears to be some sort of story, but it's if it's written in Infernal, it has to have something of worth.
Ooh.
And it details the blood war, the war between devils and demons that is fought over all eternity. And it talks about how the angels on Mount Celestia issued a decree accusing Asmodeus of terrible crimes. And in turn, Asmodeus petitioned for the right to answer the charges before his accusers. And it details this trial, and I can send you quite a bit of text on this if you would so wish that you can actually like read. Basically dictating how Asmodeus is an incredible orator and a brilliant schemer, and how before one of the gods of law and balance and justice, he was able to successfully argue against that his crimes and misdeeds were just in that he has never ruined a contract with a mortal who has willingly entered it, and that all of his work is towards fighting the demons in the blood war. And so you're able to read this for about an hour, and if you wish you can like continue to recast the ritual to read through the entire book, and I'll send you a bunch of text on this about how Asmodeus basically talked his way through this trial of these accusations made against him.
Yeah, I definitely would have kept going until I finished the whole book.
Okay. And I'll let me send you that stuff now. That won't take more than a moment. And it doesn't actually like I don't know, this is for you to decide, right? But it's not something that would normally need to be written in Infernal, you suspect. And so as to why it was written in Infernal, that's for you to determine. Um
But now at least we have a new bedtime story. Something to read Grub, as he's drifting off to sleep.
Tale of Asmodeus. I'm sure you'll love it.
Yeah, I would have once I determined that it wasn't like a spell book, I would have like shared the story with the rest of the party.
Okay.
What's the Sith meme? The tale of Darth
Darth Plague.
Darth
Plagueis.
Tale of Darth Plagueis.
have you
Yeah.
ever heard the tale of Darth Plagueis? Yeah, it's not that far off, is it?
Oh, it's not. It's not a tale told by Jedi.
So let's see if this sends. All right, so it was a little long, so it's sent as like a text message, but or as like a text file, but you should have that at this point, Susanu. Is there anything else people would like to do?
I'm gonna go to stop at Zoblov.
Oh yeah.
Blah blah blah's law office.
Just a quick stop.
Fighting pits.
Yeah. I'll go to the fighting pits with you guys.
Did we roll to see how much money we had made? Like,
Not yet.
You have not. If you guys would like to, you can do that now. So I guess let me see
Is
if
there
there's
like
anything
a
else.
skill roll on that, or is it just like generic D whatevers?
It's just like generic D whatevers.
Okay.
I'm just double checking to see if there's anything else that I have for this 10-day specifically. Harold, you do receive a message actually, and it is from Vajra in particular. And the message is this: a young bronze dragon has taken up residence in Deep Water Harbor. It startled a few sailors recently, but it has not yet hurt anyone. Confront the dragon and learn its intentions.
My.
A deep water harbor.
Yep. And she also says, potions of breathing will be sent your way. They will arrive tomorrow. Take on the task as you wish. And so that's just in the middle of the 10 days. So as
Yeah.
you wish to do it, so you can do it whenever. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that happens across the 10-day in particular here that should be mentioned. Oh, Mert stops by, of course. And he stops by with Renaer. And this is in the evening when all of you are most likely about. And so he would specifically like to pull up a chair with Renaer and say, oh, well done, everybody. Excellent work. Look, Renaer and I have been talking, and he convinced me to be a little more frank and honest with the lot of you. I am a harper. Does anybody know what that means? Or
No.
I do. Does Harry?
Harold might. You
Sounds
can
vaguely
roll.
familiar.
Yeah, you can roll a check, Harold, or Alistair, if you think for some reason you would have heard of this.
Like a history?
Yeah,
I don't
history
know.
check.
I don't know if Alistair would know.
Okay.
14.
Okay. You have heard rumors about the Harpers, that they are some sort of secretive sort of organization sort of around espionage, but that they typically take action against the city of Luskin in the north, which is ruled by Red Wizards of Thay and or other tyrannical organizations. And so
Harry very much is interested.
yeah, and Renaer, they're saying this in a hushed voice at the table with a lot of you, and he says, "But the reason I tell you is that we may have a request of you, if you so wish. You see, there are times where we need eyes and ears in places we are not, and we were wondering if somebody would like to be the point of contact for us within your group."
Harry looks interested in espionage.
Yeah. Zusunu is also very interested in espionage.
Well, look, how's this? We'll talk to the two of you, and when we have things, we'll get in contact. Maybe eventually we can invite you to a meeting or two. But for now, if we need something, we know where you are. Does this work?
Yeah. If you ever need a couple of sneaky spellcasters, you know where to go.
Excellent, excellent. And Renaer, I guess you were right. I should have been more honest with them up front. But, I'm always trying to be careful. And, he stands, takes his leave. Renaer pays for their drinks, and he takes his leave as well. Anything else across the 10-day that anyone else would like to do? Otherwise, we can go to the tavern, the Mighty Manticore, and have a fight.
Fight.
All right.
The fight.
We've been helping these boys train all week.
Yeah.
I've been listening to an 80s montage list on Spotify, getting ready for it.
Alrighty. We're back at the fighting pit.
Here we go.
Who would like to go first, Victor or Volknar?
I think
Actually,
Volknar went
as
first
a
last time.
as a group, we should decide how much of our like bank money we want to bet. Like personal bets aside, like do we want to bank any of our or bet any of our like savings?
So hold on, I get a subclass, right?
Yes. Do you not have one?
I don't think I chose one.
Oh no.
I was thinking I was
Nah.
just gonna do a fighter.
Let's see.
The class features.
I think you
Yeah, because we're talking about it, I could not figure out how to add whatever we were talking about earlier for my human thing. It says
Oh.
choose a feat, and it like
should
doesn't have
should
any
be under
information.
like race. Like if you go to your edit and then go to your choose your race.
Yeah, it says
Oh,
choose a feat like a drop down, and it's just like there's
you
no
have to have them on. You have to like have the books on D&D.
I'm on the
So there's none in the player's handbook.
There are in the player's handbook, which is a little confusing. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
Volknar, it
it
looks
doesn't
like your
matter. Yeah,
your-
for me right now, but
Path of the Berserker.
yes, that's correct.
So I think that's your chosen path at 3rd level.
Okay, so I can't be like an extra class.
I mean, you could pick up a different class as well in like multi-class, but your subclass of the barbarian is the path of the berserker in particular by the looks of it.
Okay, so I can't. Okay, so I'll just stay with that rather than be in another class.
Yeah.
So I sent a link in Discord. If you guys join that campaign in D&D Beyond, you should be able to get access to my books too. I bought a few on D&D Beyond.
That's only if you do the subscription, I think.
Oh, true. I don't have like the DM subscription.
You can just when you go to buy a book, you can scroll down and buy individual things you want. That's what I do sometimes.
Oh yeah, you can like choose just the feats or just the classes or races or whatever.
I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, Volknar, do you want to go first or second?
I mean, I went first last time. I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. That's fair. That's very fair. Victor.
And if it works, I might step back.
Okay. Victor
Oh
has
wait, how much are we gonna bet?
Victor has 22 gold. He's betting all his gold on himself.
Okay. Let me grab a monster manual here. Give me a moment.
I think I'm maybe like 100 gold at the bank.
How much is in the bank right now?
Let's see. I think I have like 120 personal gold. So we have 440 in the bank.
So
We do have a payday coming up potentially. Like,
is the 440's like not including the money you're personal?
Yeah, 440 is bank. Like
We should have
for all of us.
done the rolls for the tavern. For the
Just
last
shave
week.
off the top. Just bet the like whatever's left on top, like 40. Just bet
We
that
can-
for now.
You
Because
guys
there's
can
gonna be-
have the tavern
There's
money
gonna be
right
2
now if you
fights.
want.
Yeah, let's roll for the tavern, and then because that should have been for like
The
Sure.
entire 10-day.
I
Yeah.
suppose
Let's
that makes
do that
sense.
first, then we'll see how much gold we have.
Okay.
'Cause, like, we're pretty
Uh,
confident in
We
our
can do a
boys.
long
Like,
rest,
I
right?
wanna bet big on them.
Not too big though. We
Yeah.
still gotta.
it's no guarantee. I don't know what's gonna
Hey,
come at me here.
Dusnu has been watching you guys train. He's confident. Like he's dropping
The-
50 bucks,
and the
50
rumor
gold a
mills
piece
have
on you
been-
guys.
the rumor mills have been kind of that you guys are the shit. People have noticed. So,
Actually,
Okay.
Victor personally, I'm gonna bet 100 gold on because I have a lot of faith in Victor.
Can you
Oh.
guys roll me a 1d100 and then add? I'm gonna let you add 30, which is the max.
Who wants to roll?
Got it.
I'll do it.
Big money.
It's a D100. Yikes.
Oh, Alistair.
So plus 30 is a 49. So let me go to I believe it was this one.
Oh, we invested 25 gold the last time around to like get bonuses too. Was that
Yeah, I
part of
can
the
take
30?
a long rest and heal all my HP, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
oh,
did.
yeah,
You
take a
took a
long
long
rest.
rest and did all
For
that.
sure.
In regards to the plus 30, that covers everything. And the max besides the first time is just a plus 30.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that would be a 49. A 49 is that the business covers its own maintenance costs for each of the days. So you guys don't end up earning a profit on this 10 day.
We don't lose any gold either.
It
Don't
was
lose the
a
gold
slow
either.
week. It was a slow week.
A little bit
It's all right.
slower.
We were busy gallivanting.
You know, opening and the first week were hot. This week's a little slow. No big deal.
Okay. You guys are level 3. So I'm just finding the appropriate creature to toss at you.
Who's going first?
Victor.
Victor's going first.
Victor is.
I'm
Alright.
still saying we should, you know, start small here, see how it goes, and then maybe, you know, we could up our next bet. I just don't want to tap into the bank too much. So like, you know,
We're
shave
gonna
off the
make it
top for
bigger.
now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
All right, Harry.
Victor's going first, and no offense to Volknar, Victor's kind of a beast.
Yeah, but the thing is that Volknor, he's built to not you know, to not wear armor, right? That's his class.
Yeah, I just took off my my armor and my shield, and you know, I'm gonna
Oh,
get
true.
hit. So I
My HP is 15 with no armor.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, Harry's betting a cool 20 with the bookie.
All right, maybe
Okay.
I'll pull it back. I'll also do 20.
I'll bet 15.
Oh man, this is a wild creature I have for you guys.
Oh, make it 25.
Oh, no.
This is such a silly thing.
Wait, is it a
I-
creature or is it another like patron?
This is a creature this time.
This would be something cool to fight.
I thought it was like.
Wait, I thought
A
you
fight
could
club.
keep your armor on. You just had to.
So
you
this
just pick
time it's
your
gonna
weapons.
be a little different. You can keep
Okay.
your armor on and you can keep your weapons because they have a creature for you to fight.
Oh.
Well, in that case, I'm going all in.
Boy.
Yeah. in that case,
Okay.
I'm going all in too.
All right. And this creature, so they actually have like guys standing by to be able to jump in to try to kill the creature if they need to. And this creature, when they pull it out, or it's like it's behind the bars and you can see it. It is. Let me just make sure. Oh, it's actually kind of small, but I'll make it big for a moment so you can see what it looks like. It's slug-like, a pale yellow and green slug-like creature with a benign expression on its round, human-esque face sits atop a large mushroom. Long antennae wave atop its bald head as its languid blue eyes observe the surroundings. But it's roughly the size of a halfling, so it is small technically. It's currently behind the bars. It is not yet fighting with you,
Okay.
but it is ready to fight you. You're both sort of like in your own areas.
Does Volknar know anything about this creature that he could yell at Victor to help him in his battle?
Make an Arcana check.
So nice of Volknar to even think of that.
Nope.
All you can do is yell, "Punch it in the dick."
That's great.
If it has a dick.
Yo, Victor, punch it in the dick.
Oh, okay.
Funny enough, your shouts actually fit in like quite well with the clientele of this establishment.
Punch him in the dick.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. We're gonna get this thing going.
Victor.
Oh, can I bet 10 gold on Victor?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't actually take down everybody's
Yeah,
bets.
I'm upping mine to 100.
Whoa.
From your pocket?
Yup.
Fuck this slug.
Can we do 40 of the bank too?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay. I think we should do more, but
It's
I
a
don't feel
slug. I
like
feel
moving
like there's
forward.
gonna be like, you know,
Oh, it's
Oh
gonna
no,
be a
this isn't.
tricky slug for
Yeah,
sure.
this isn't gonna be an easy fight.
there's gonna be like, you know, diseases and whatever.
Okay, so I've
Maybe.
got Zeusanu at 100, Bank at 40, Alistair at
30.
30, Volknar at
10.
10, Aerith,
15.
okay, 15, and then Harold at
Harry's gonna. Where's my inventory? 137. 37.
37 for Harry. Is that everyone?
And
I think that's
Victor's going all in with 22.
for Volknar's fight, right?
I can't bet on myself.
I guess you can actually. We'll say you can bet
I'm
on
not
yourself.
gonna.
I
I
don't
mean,
see
I'm not
anything
gonna
wrong.
throw it. If I would be very suspicious if I did that and then like bet on the other guy.
I mean, if you're betting on yourself, they'll
If
let you
anything,
do that.
you
Yeah.
give it to a friend to bet for you. You could just
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Sure.
So then I guess it's a $5 buy. It's like, how does the buy-in work? 'Cause I know it's a five gold buy-in. Like to
Yeah,
fight.
it's a 5 gold. It's a 5 gold buy-in for the fight as well. That's right. Okay.
That can come from the bank, the buy-in.
All right. I have no idea how this is gonna go.
Go ahead and roll
Find
Well,
out.
initiative.
I did. Yeah, I got 23 for initiative.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay. Because I rolled a 19 and I thought that was good. You get to go first. You're both on opposite sides of the pit, obviously. I can.
I love this. This is such a unique situation
Okay.
that I've had in D&D so far.
I love the fighting bits.
Yeah.
So Victor, he kind of does a head tilt. He's looking at this slug creature, and he's just kind of like, well, and he charges at it and goes for a longsword attack.
Okay.
Let's go, Victor!
Gets a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
goddamn.
This fucking guy.
So it gets 11 for damage, and
Trip
ooh,
'em,
what
trip 'em.
do? Can you trip a slug? We're
Trip a creature without legs? Question mark.
yeah.
You're gonna
It
kick
just
out
says,
the
it says
Wait.
knocks
mushroom
prone.
tower.
Yeah. We're gonna do a menacing attack.
Okay.
Okay, so if he has to I think a wisdom of 14 check on that, and then I have to do a D8.
So I rolled a 16 and it got an 18.
Okay, so it passes the wisdom save. So it's not
Yeah.
afraid of me, but it does take another 8 damage on top of the
Okay.
on top of the 11. So it's done taking 19 damage so far.
Gotcha. Okay. So you lunge in and you're able to slash at this slug, and it gives a sort of scream. It's like pretty terrified, actually, from what you can tell by this, but it's not frightened or whatever from your menacing attack. Is that the end of your turn? Bonus action, movement, or anything?
Yeah, I wanna see what he's gonna do before I do anything else.
No
Okay.
action surge. Just
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you strike him, a cloud of sweet-smelling substance begins to emit from this creature, and it sort of envelops the entire area. So I'm just actually going to draw down like a big block for this area. It pretty much takes up the entire pit, and it's like a pretty weird substance. It's a green sort of ichor that seeps out, and you can smell it. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Victor.
Well, it's 11.
Okay, so you have failed, and you are now charmed.
Okay.
That means.
But it means when he attacks me again, if he attacks me, I'm uncharmed, right?
I believe that is correct. So a charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. It means you have advantage on ability checks to interact with the creature. So now that you're charmed, it gains 5 temporary hit points. Oh wow, this is kind of great actually.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a
Actually-
bad thing.
What have you done?
I've been
So
charmed.
if I hit you with this, it doesn't mean that you become uncharmed. You have to succeed your saving throw
Okay.
at the end of your turn. So that means I'm going to get a full turn against you, and then you have a turn where all you can do is make your saving throw effectively. Then I have another turn, regardless of whether or not you made it.
All right.
Victor, I got a lot of gold on you.
Yeah,
buddy.
I never thought of this scenario, but let's do it.
Dip, dodge, dive.
His AC is through the roof. He's got this.
So I'm going to make a phrenic antenna attack against you. So he's
Okay.
going to like sort of like squish crawl up towards you, like he's
Ugh.
like you know like a dolphin basically, like squish crawling across the ground, and then he's going to touch you with his antenna. And I rolled a natural 1, so he's going to miss with it.
Okay.
That is his turn, however. So go ahead and make your saving throw, unless there's something you're like you can walk around and stuff.
No. Well, I'm gonna stay here and do the wisdom save, and I did not pass. Got a
Okay.
6, so I guess I'm charmed.
And that will bring it back to my turn. Okay, so it will take another attack against you. This time, oh man, this thing sucks. A 12, does that hit?
It does not.
Okay, so he misses with his antenna attack. Go ahead and take your charmed roll.
Okay. Come on.
This is why we went
Oh
all in.
my
You can't
God.
hit him. You can't hit him anyway.
Victor.
He'll get out of this. Don't worry, boys.
I mean, so theoretically, it only lasts for 1 minute, and then he's like totally immune to it. So what is this, 3 rounds so far? You know what I mean? So he's got like 7 rounds of this potentially, but it's more like if I can kill him in those 7 rounds. All right, a 15, does that hit?
That does not hit.
Oh man. So again, this time it's like these antennas are just like probing your armor, attempting to get through, attempting to get to you, and they can't find skin, and because of that, it's doing no damage.
Okay.
Go ahead and make
Victor's
another
just
roll.
like hanging out, standing there.
And we're
Got a
all
2.
watching this like it's the most
Oh my
pathetic
God.
All right.
thing in the world.
Come
So
to
the
your
antennas,
hands.
yeah, you guys are watching the scene, and all you can see is this green mist that is like really sweet and interesting smelling, rising up from the pit, and Victor is sitting there patting this slug on the head, and the slug's antennas are like going around its armor, like trying
Do
to
we
get
know
up
that
under
he's
the armor.
charmed?
Yeah, you can probably tell that he's charmed.
It'd be funnier if we didn't. We're like, do something.
I mean, you can
Attack
make
him.
an insight check, you know what I mean, to try to determine it.
Yeah, I
Kill it,
wanna pretend
Victor,
I
kill
don't.
it.
I just think that he's not attacking him, and I'm getting frustrated. We got money on you. Hit him.
Yeah, come on, Victor.
Don't try to eat him. Kill him.
All right,
Then
what
eat
is
him.
your
Just make out with him.
Victor, your AC is, oh man, a 19. Yeah, this thing doesn't
Yeah.
hit. I rolled a 16 this time. So go ahead and roll another.
Okay.
Another
Here we go. Here we go. This is the one.
Definitely not gonna be a 1 or a 2.
A 7.
What's
I would say
up?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's
Mostly under
5.
10.
Yeah. So 5.
We're halfway through the charm.
It's
Yeah.
not even like the wisdom save is like that bad. I think your rolls are just brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if he hits this time. Nope, I rolled a 5, so that's going to be an
Okay.
11. Again, the antennas cannot find a way around the armor.
Okay. So 16.
You have
That's gotta
saved.
do it.
Snapped out of
Okay.
it. All right.
Yeah.
So this is
Get him,
oh, that's a
Victor.
16. So he's going to miss. So the slug is still, he doesn't realize that you're uncharmed at this point, but he's like frantically trying to get his antennas under your armor and fails once again. Now it is
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay. So Victor, he like shakes his head, snaps out of it, and he's like, "Oh," and then he goes for a longsword attack. Gets a 19.
Okay. That's a hit.
Okay. And then we will do some slashing damage do 9 damage, and then we'll try to trip it, even though I assume I can trip it because it's like
Yeah, you can try to make it
yeah.
prone. That's fair.
So I roll a d8, and it has to it has to pass the 14 strength check.
Oh, it failed.
Okay, so he's prone.
It is prone.
Okay, we're going to action surge. And then
boy.
so he's prone, do I get advantage on this attack?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And then okay, so I did it.
Get that
Did I Okay, so I have to roll this for the hit. Okay. Roll. Okay, so we
Oh,
got
so close.
yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay, and then we'll do more slashing damage. We'll get 12 damage, and then okay, so I've done
26 damage.
I've done
one
2
round.
moves so far, and then is he still alive? Because I'm gonna do a little bit more damage here with the.
He is still alive.
All right,
Technically.
I'm gonna trip him again.
You trip him again?
I did 1
Double
extra
prone,
damage,
dude.
so it's like, I don't know. It happens, okay? A
You
little,
spit
little
on
bit
him,
extra
happy
damage.
flash.
Yeah. So I think that's the end of my turn. Right
Okay, so
there. I don't know how much. I don't know what
I was
just
about to
did.
say I'm like doing up the math really quick. 17, 29.
A lot.
Go ahead and describe your kill.
Yeah.
The kill is Victor. He jumps up into the air with his sword and cuts his head off because the thing is gross, and he knows he was charmed and he doesn't like it, and he's offended by it because he's like, he doesn't like someone trying to control his mind. And
Okay.
yeah.
And as you chop this head off, the gas bag that is the fragrant one lets out this horrific sort of gush of the green mist. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that I can do. 19.
Okay, so you take this blast of mist straight in the face, but it does not fully envelop you. You're able to sort of like turn your head to the side ever so slightly. That said, it's still going to do quite a bit of damage.
Well, how much is quite a bit?
It is going to do 66 halved, so that is 29,
Woo!
and divided by 2 is going to be 15 points of damage.
Oh,
Uh,
I thought, well, even if it was 33, I'd still live, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are level 3. Okay.
Damn.
Well, you made your con save, so it's all good.
Okay. Ugh, Victor gets the hell out of there.
And you are currently poisoned, but it's fine because you're out of the pit. So
Yeah.
You're lucky another one didn't show up.
Oh.
We've
Uh,
get rid of this.
Susie
Oh,
runs
sir.
up to go high five Victor.
Pats him on the back. I knew you could do it, mate.
Yeah.
You made me
Harry's
rich.
cheering.
Let's go, Victor. You the man.
He smelled weird.
Everybody gets
That smells
1.5
good, actually.
times their money.
Whoa.
It's what?
Nice.
You only get 1.5 times your money because it wasn't like a massive amount of money that you were earning off of this.
Okay.
So if I bet 100, I only get 50 on top
100.
of that.
So yeah, 150 total.
Ah,
All right.
So I
Volknar.
get 10 and I get 5.
Yes. So you get 15 total. Yeah. You get your money back plus half of it.
Yeah, I never took the money out of my gold.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
so I only won 18.
The next monster.
And Harry in the during this up top, he's half paying attention to see if he can pick up on any Xanathar rumors.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for that as you're like walking around. Okay.
13.
You do catch one thing which piques your interest, and we'll come to the specific. Or no, we'll do this now. You do hear two people over talking, and one of them is saying, "I don't know. Maybe they'll invite them to fight in his presence. You never know."
Ooh.
All right. The monster you are going to encounter is a large creature, and it is kind of interesting looking. Creature covered in green and brown fur with a horned, frog-shaped head, spikes running along its back and tail, stalks forward, its fanged face twisted in a leering grin.
We gotta do bets for Volknar too.
Yep.
How much bank gold? Thinking like 50 for Volknar.
How confident are you in
Any
your
numbers?
abilities, Volknar?
Well, I ain't no victor, that's for sure. But I got my rage. I got my restore to 1 HP. I think I do. I have something else.
Do you have like a frenzy or something, or
You got 35 hit points.
'cause you're like a
15
berserker
on-
now?
Alistair will bet 10 on Volknar.
And remember, you do have the ability to make a random roll at advantage
Oh yeah.
if you wish during
Oh
this
yeah,
fight.
'cause we
Yeah, I never
John.
had to do that.
No.
Is it only one random roll I get to roll? Can I roll all random rolls?
You get to pick whichever roll that you want to make at advantage before you roll it.
But can I do that for every single roll that I do?
No, just one.
Just one.
I guess rolling initiative probably makes the most sense.
Ooh, a good pick.
That's not a bad idea.
They gotta set the clocks
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
should we make our bets first? But don't roll your initiative
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
We have to make our bets.
I'm gonna do 50 personal, 50 bank.
Yeah. Alistair's only betting 10 on this one.
I'm gonna put 20 in.
Yeah. Victor would see Alistair bet 10 and think that sounds cool, and Victor would do 10.
Zusanu, you're 20, or sorry, Zusanu, how much?
50 and 50 for the bank.
50 for the bank. Aerith, you were 20.
Yep.
Harry?
Harry's gonna go
And do we know if the odds are the same or different for this
40.
fight?
The odds for this fight are 5-1.
Whoa,
All
wait,
right.
hold on.
Okay.
Oh, you're an underdog.
I'm gonna bet 30.
Yeah, Harry's locking in at 40.
If you win this is gonna be massive.
Yeah, please win.
Yeah, that's gonna be over 1,000 gold if he wins this.
But he gets like his weapons and stuff too, right? Or he's got the great
does.
axe. Yeah, he's got his great axe.
The 15 AC is the only, but I'm
Do
I like the 35 health.
This thing has range. Look at those spikes.
Do
it's
a
gonna be shooting spikes
roll
at you and
a
shit.
roll a crit.
Right, just
Yeah,
roll on
just-
crits.
Just roll 20s on me. You'll be fine.
And roll a crit and then max damage.
Can we give him inspiration?
I mean, he's already got the advantage.
He's already got that.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what,
got an inspiration, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the other thing I'm thinking of? I'm
Bless.
joking, but yeah, bless.
Yeah, can we like secretly cast bless from the side?
That
You
feels
can
like cheating.
Yeah,
Certainly try.
nah. I
Super
feel like
cheating.
if I ran a place like this, I'd like have like things so people couldn't do spells and
Yeah, wards or something.
yeah.
All right, let's not cheat. He doesn't need it.
I'm confident. I've been training with the guy all week. I'm confident he's got this.
Okay.
I bet against him last time, and I'll never bet against him again.
Alistair gets up and goes, "Let's go, Volknar!"
Do it for Grub Grub.
Rage on him.
Volker's gonna like raise his arms up, you know, maybe flex a little bit for the crowd.
Go ahead and roll initiative
All right, so I gotta roll that at advantage.
if you would like to.
Ooh, 17.
Okay, you
Nice.
get to go first. I rolled a 15, so that actually might have been worthwhile.
Alrighty. Let's go run up on this dude with my great axe.
What's the conditions for your rage? Do you need to be hurt to use it or something?
No, I can rage right away, and I will rage right away.
Okay.
I can and I will rage right away.
And I guess also frenzy attack.
Sure.
Or do I claim frenzy attack after priority swing?
You make so you use your bonus action. So you get an extra attack after your first attack.
Okay. What the fuck is this creature?
This is a hodag, per what the announcer says. They say the ferocious hodag. I'll even send you guys a picture of this after because the stat block is pretty fucking wild.
Ain't got nothing on our boy Volknar.
Do I know any weaknesses or anything about it?
Make an Arcana check. I'll let you do that for free.
Would
You
we
do
have
not.
known what he was facing before? Could any of us have told him if you know anything about it?
No, because you wouldn't have seen it until it came out.
Okay.
Until they were like both down there already.
We didn't even know they were having weapons until we got here.
Okay, so you don't know any of its weaknesses or strengths or anything. You do see its spines, its horns, its teeth, and its size, and you assume that this thing is ferocious like a tiger.
Wow.
But is it toy like a tiger?
Alright,
Find out.
I'm gonna run up on it. I'm gonna try to get on the side, maybe try to get some sort of advantage here.
Okay.
Alright, and I guess I'm gonna swing the good old great axe.
All right.
$14 to hit.
That is a hit.
And the crowd goes wild. Volknar!
And 7 damage.
Okay, and then you get a second attack, I believe, because of your frenzy attack.
Alright, do I just roll another damage?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah, no.
7.
Oh, sorry. Make a full attack roll. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Alright. 17.
Also a hit. Okay, so you do 14 damage to it in that round.
I was gonna roll again. Maybe just gonna roll.
Yeah, actually, that's fine. If you want to roll again, I don't care.
We guys keep this one though. is your app broken?
All right, so you've done 14 damage to the creature on this turn. Is there anything else that you can do? You've moved, you've used an action, bonus action. All good?
I'm in rage. And
Might
it
get extra
said
damage.
that I do +2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Oh, cool. So you did an extra 4 damage.
Nice.
You're killing it. I should have fucking done 100 for my bet on you too.
Okay.
Price not over yet.
So it will first use. All right, so it's going to make 3 attacks.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's going to try to bite you first. Does a 12 hit?
I have AC 15.
Okay. So the bite misses. The claw attack. Oh, fuck. I rolled a 2, so that's an 8. And the horn attack is also an 8. Okay. Every single attack missed.
That's huge.
And it
Dipping,
will.
diving, and dodging.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
BGK,
man,
you're
I
really
think it
good at
has
this
to.
game.
I can't do it, but Alistair would whistle through his fingers and said, "That's my boy." When he sees him dodge all those attacks in a row.
I'm just quacking
Harry's gonna nudge
excitedly, and
the,
Slinky is jumping up and down on my shoulders.
Just like pointed at him and like, I told him that.
Harry nudges the guy that he's standing next to, that weird looking lady, and was like, seeing if he can get a little like more action on him. Be like, "That's my guy. Who you got? Who you got?"
Yeah, they're like, oh, I thought the monster was gonna win.
Hell no.
Okay, the
Bet you 10 gold.
monster.
The guy wins.
She's kind of like, "Pff, I already placed my bets, and she actually like walks away from you a little bit.
Harry keeps cheering for Volkmar.
The Hodag is gonna move there, and then it's going to. I guess it's gonna end its turn. That's kind of brutal. I can't believe all 3 attacks missed. Cool. So the Hodag will end its turn there.
All right. If I want to do some sort of like super fancy thing, like if I were to run against the wall, jump off the wall, and attack it from its back, can I get like some sort of advantage?
Potentially, yeah, but you would have to succeed like an acrobatics check to be able to do something like that.
What happens if I fail the acrobatics check?
Well, you probably have disadvantage on your attack.
Ooh, okay. Well, let me check out my.
Are you a gambling man?
Ooh, do something that'll make you do an athletics check instead.
Yeah. Well, okay. What can I do
mean,
with an athletics check?
Think about it like this: your base attack was 18 damage. That's pretty good. If you just did that again, I mean, you're chipping
Go
away.
for it.
But I mean, if you want to do something super fancy, cool. That's up to it's all
You
you.
can like run around behind him, or
Yeah,
like
you could like
slide between his
leap
legs.
over him.
This thing has 3 attacks. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I probably don't want to take the gamble on the acrobatics check. Okay, so I'll just move like a little bit behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, try to swing at his stupid fucking legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
21 to hit.
Nice.
that is a hit.
Oh, and I'm gonna obviously gonna do the frenzy attack too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go big dams.
Oh my god!
Oh damn!
And plus
Wow.
2.
Max damage.
Jeez.
I should have bet 100 on him. Damn it.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, he still gets
Finish him
another
off.
attack.
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, and then I roll again. 15 to hit.
Oh.
That is a hit.
Oh yeah!
Let's go!
Finish him.
Oh boy!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
No.
You guys with these max damage is insane.
Wow. Okay. You have literally done 50 points of damage as a level 3 character in 2 rounds.
That's illegal. There's like someone we gotta call about this.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Okay, are you gonna do any more movement? Or is that your full turn?
I'm gonna get away from this wall because I'm scared of it. Maybe I'll go somewhere in the middle, I guess. Like here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Not too
fine.
far.
Alright.
You didn't crit either with any of those hits, right? That's all just straight up.
It's just like straight damage, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did you also count? I mean, you counted the rage +2, right?
Oh,
I did
no!
not. Give me a moment. So 54?
Nice.
Yeah, if you didn't add it to the 16s, yeah, because those would have been 18s.
Yep. Okay. Check one thing.
If this was like a video game boss, you would have skipped like the middle phase, and it's in the end phase right now.
Right.
Okay. So go ahead and make a. So it will stomp and rear, in a territorial challenge, and it rears up on its hind legs and then slams down on its front legs. I need you to make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
What saving throw was I doing?
Dex.
22. Let's go.
Oh my
my
gosh.
god.
He's unstoppable.
Hacker.
Okay, so the crazy part of this is that you're taking half damage because you're raging. So it's only going to be 3 points of damage. So you'll take the 3 points of damage. That will be one of its attacks.
I want to ask the bookie about what the policy about placing bets mid-match is.
All bets are closed. All bets are closed. And you can see him furiously tallying
Yeah,
up
right.
like how much
He's ripping his
about to
hair
lose.
out.
Yeah. So that was one of its attacks. This creature, in a bit of desperation, is going to move away from you, Volknar. So if you would like, you can have an attack of opportunity.
Why would I not
It's a
take
trap.
Do it.
I think
Do
he
it.
would like.
Go ahead and take that. We'll see if that lands.
And I want to ask Alistair to make
Ooh,
me
what
a go Volknar sign.
Go Volknars. Okay, so you have missed, thank God.
Hey.
Thank God. Whose side are you on, bro?
I got to do some damage to you, man. And he's going to charge you down. So that's why he moved away, so that he could at least move somewhat to charge you. And he's going to make a horn attack. And I got a 15 plus 6 is a 21. So that's going to be a hit. And he is going to do 4d4 plus 4 damage.
Uh-oh.
Is that 8?
It's going to be
He's gonna roll.
9 total damage because I rolled 3 ones, and half of that is going to be 5.
So I take 5 damage.
Yeah. So that was the horn attack, and then I guess he could use. Might as well use the bite attack. Does a 14 hit?
AC of 15.
Oh man. Okay. The bite misses. Go ahead and take your turn.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. Let's just like run over here, I guess, a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna use my great axe. My great axe is my best weapon. And you know, just like I did before, all frenzy. I'm raging. Let's go. 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
Fuck. Do I get to do the
Boo.
Sorry, say that again.
Do I get to do the
Oh, the frenzy? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay. 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
He's frenzying.
Ooh, 5.
Ooh.
The lowest roll. +2 though.
Go ahead and describe your kill.
The crowd goes wild up
Alright,
top.
let's go. Alright. This fucking stupid snake creature's coming at me. I fucking chop
Oh
its
no.
left arm off, chop its right arm off, chop its dick off,
Yikes.
chop its head off. Boom. And
Okay.
then blow kisses to the crowd.
And so as you lean into this thing, one slice, another slice, the creature falls and it cries, and then your axe just keeps falling into it, and you can see that after the first or second hit, it was done. But your chops continue into it, and the crowd's like, "Oh God, oh!" And the bookie is like, I'll be right. I'll be right back. We just need more money." And you can see that he like runs out of the room and he comes back in. There's actually like 4 or 5 guards with him, carrying quite a large chest of gold, and he begins paying out. But most of the payout is directly to you guys. There's only like 1 or 2 other patrons who, in this instance, took the bet and actually won, and it looks like they're getting small piles of gold in comparison to you. The rest of you are getting large sums of money, so it looks like collectively you've earned over 1,000 gold from this bet.
Damn.
Volknar's gonna flex because
See, it was 5 to 1, right? So
Yeah.
5. So damn,
Harry got 200.
I got 500.
So you get 5 times what you bet. Is that
Yes.
okay? Nice.
So it looks like
I got
1,000
100.
1,050 gold back to you.
Harry's gonna find the guy that he heard that little like rumor thing from, and just like nudge him on the shoulder and be like, "Find us a prestige worldwide," and walk away all cool.
Gotcha. All right, and that brings us to 10 p.m. So good game, guys.
Yeah.
I have to go shopping next session. Find some like cool magic items.
Are you taking all the winnings into the bank or?
Well, there was
mean-
personal winnings, and then whatever we
We
did.
all had
unless
side
anyone-
bets plus the bank itself bet.
Yeah, the bank. We
Yeah.
won 250 gold for the bank, and then I won 250 personal gold.
Okay, so I put 30 down, so I won 120
Yeah.
or 150.
150. Yeah.
Like plus my original bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had 150 to my gold count.
I got 100.
Dude, we're all fucking rich. We have so
Oh,
much
dude,
money.
Roger's getting
You
that
got
resulted
big,
real
strong,
nice.
girly boys on your team. You're gonna be rich. That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
I have
Well,
I have 420 just personal gold, so I'm gonna go buy myself something nice next session. Some
And
cool magic item.
I'm taking plenty of notes about making sure I don't pick just a CR3 monster to fight each of you. I thought this guy was going to
Yeah.
be good, but
Next time we gotta do tag team matches.
We
It
got
sounded like it was gonna be good.
Could there be two? Yeah, they might make it for you two.
Like you guys just roll
Yeah, those rolls
So
were
ridiculous.
insane.
two
like-
max damage rolls in a row.
No, like 2 turns of max damage rolls in a row, basically. Thing was done.
Oh, we're just.
yeah, that was pretty
I don't know
wild.
if you guys know this, but I've been wrestling with Victor in the basement. We're doing great.
It gets pretty
They should
sweaty.
I think they should have some sort of proficiency in these duels from all their practicing.
I mean, they had the
I mean, they
inspiration,
didn't
but
they
it
haven't
didn't even
eaten.
matter.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
They're just so strong.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good game, and I'll catch you
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week. Everyone have a good
Good
week.
session.